What's up? What's up, folks? How's it all going? How's it all going? I've got my Corona outfit turned on. I'm all ready. Trying to keep myself healthy. Blue, can I hear you? I don't.
Yeah, can you?
Why? Oh, hold on a second. All right, now. How about now?
How about now?
How about now? How about now? How about now? Wait.
Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Oh, okay.
How about that?
Yeah, you're so creepy.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Hope y'all doing well. But stay 6 feet away from the mic. I'm trying. I have to wear this to work. If I could wear this to work and get away with it, it'd be wonderful. Look, I got an underbite. Auburn, how you doing? Patty, Redneck, Lou, how's everybody doing? Woo-hoo. It's Friday night, and the feeling's right. All right, there we go.
Are you nuts or drunk right now?
My name is Sling Blade. All right, that's enough of that. All right, that's enough goof.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
That's enough of that. That's a bit hot. So, hey everybody, thanks for watching the show. Eddie, thanks for joining us. Dick and Tara, thanks for joining us. Mandy, oh Mandy, thanks for joining us. Redneck, thanks for joining the show. Sandman, thanks for joining. Alban, thanks for joining the show. Sidekick, Patty, thanks for joining the show. Rolling up here, Red 79, thanks for joining the show. DJ Themes, thanks for joining the show. Oh, Red, it's funny. I said hi to Redneck earlier before the show started, and it says, YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means they think it's spam. Yeah. Trooper, what's up? What's up, bud? Noir, Bass Toe, and Gold Rush was the first one rolled up in the house, waiting on the show to start, only about 20 minutes early. Totally Techno Tim, what's up? Darren, thanks for joining the show. A lot of our regulars are trickling in, and thank you for everybody joining on the show. I looked to see about if anybody who wanted to join the show, and it was like crickets when I say who wants to join the show. It's like the room becomes silent. Not a word, not nothing. DJ's theme says, put it back on. You look better, Butcher. Yeah. It's fun. I'm telling you, I should wear this at work. The old folks and the kids would probably, well, the kids might not like it. The old folks would probably dislike it too. But yeah, thanks for everybody watching. And yeah, I posted in the group, and people that have that know me, I post on Twitter. I'll post here, there. Anybody that wants to join the show, hit me up. You can join the show. Just welcome in the discussion. Few subjects to talk about today, and we'll see where it all goes. What questions that people have. Teavers, look at Teavers jumped in the chat over there, my dear, with old Bumblebee. He's always in the wrong chat room. Teavers, if you join my chat room, I have my own room, chock full of happiness, goodness, craziness going on all the time. Well, it's just like most of the other chat rooms. No, we have some good people in there. It'd be cool if we could hit 500 people, don't you think? 500 people? We're up to 465 last time I looked. It'd be cool to hit 700 or 500. Let me glance through Telegram real quick to see if anybody said, hey, want to join? So, don't see it. So, we'll move on. How are you doing, my dear Blue?
I'm good. Having my wine.
Well, I have... Bass likes your build, which we're actually going to show the newer one.
Yeah, it's different. It's the same but different.
Yeah, yeah. It runs different on a computer than it does when you put it on a real device or
Yeah.
your normal device.
Or an older, yeah. I put it on my mom's Fire Stick. She doesn't have a 4K one, just the normal one, and or no, she was the Fire TV box.
Yeah, she had the box,
and it was complete garbage. So I had to revamp, start fresh.
Yeah. So that was what your project yesterday, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's ready now. It's nothing special. Like it's not. There's no skinning. There's just adding some cool stuff, and then I did make a background, a special background, but it's very subtle. So.
Well, it's different, you know, when we have Terror or DJ themes, or if you have these other people that that are in the chat that actually do a lot of theming, that really take theming and take it to another level.
I did not do that. I mean, I used to love doing that. That was a lot of fun, but I find I don't have time now, and I just the reason I made it is I made it for my mother because it's nice. She's like used to using Netflix, so it's pretty much kind of like a Netflix feel, so easy to get around in for her and stuff. I didn't make it for me or for the general public. It's just for her, but if anybody else wants to use it, they can.
So I see Blue, he liked your video because you did do a video on the AutoWidgets, and showing it how to install it.
TMDB help her a bit,
Yep. And that just to give people a basic idea how to set it up, and because DrInfernoo, who created the add-on, he raced through that thing like an Indy 500 race car driver because he's so familiar with it.
Yeah, exactly.
But somebody that's like completely new, and I thought about it on the hindsight, that a person that was completely new to it, that would be so fast and jumping around.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty familiar with Kodi and stuff, and getting around and installing and going through the repo and stuff like that. But his video was too fast for me. Once I'd actually installed it and was playing with it, when I rewatched his video the second time, I got exactly what he was doing. But I just his started from it was already installed and stuff, so I wanted to show people how to actually install it and then start with it. So
and that's the thing. I mean, when he was even when he was on the show and he was going through stuff, it was so fast. I mean, even for me, which I had used it. Yeah, I had used it, and so I was very familiar with it when he was going through the different stuff. I'm like, ooh, for someone that's just first looking at this might be a little difficult to catch it.
I went more slow-paced. For the newbie, like me.
Yeah, and that's why I've never knocked on people that make videos, and it was like one person to make a video and then another person to make a video and be on the same subject, because different people look at it differently and explain it differently.
Yeah, some people might find mine way too slow and his perfect.
Yep. So that's
all. I just wanted to show from the get-go, that where to get everything for it.
Yep, and it helped out a lot. I know a lot of people used it in the group. And,
a lot of people downloaded it. And I put all the links under my video for all his stuff too. So and all the repos where to get everything. So.
And that is in the show notes, correct?
Like you said, if you hit show more, you'll see all the links and you can grab everything you need.
Yeah, because there are so many people that see a video and then they go to comments. I don't see where you find that stuff. And it's like, if you just hit the show more, it's like a box right there, a little arrow. And most people that do videos will put information in there. And did you have a VPN service that you were trying to promote or anything during that?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Normally what you're supposed to put in there. You're supposed to put a VPN affiliate link and all that kind of stuff in there, babe.
No, sure didn't. And I did. And guess what? You're not going to believe this. It's not monetized.
Oh, Lordy. How are you going to be able to buy a house?
I have no idea. I guess I'm going to have to work for a living.
Well, that's it. Back to working, I guess. That's what we'll have to do.
But no, like on the new build that I made is like the first one, and I showed you how to install it, was AuraMod skin, and it's a beautiful skin. I just found it didn't work well for my mom's thing. I actually got her to order a new box there. So, but so the other one that I did is on the Arctic Zephyr 2, which is friggin' fast little skin and lightweight. It's nice.
Yeah, your build lost 50 megs.
It did. It went from like 180 to 130, I think.
Yeah, it's like, and I mean, she doesn't do all the tricks where some guys will remove an add-on and you click it, or move a lot of art. Like she said, she didn't do a lot of tweaking of the skin, so the skin is the way it is. So a lot of people that are builders and more themers and will remove stuff so that the build is smaller on the front end. This was just out of the box. So
Yeah, yeah, it's small. It's very small.
good
It's nice.
stuff. Good stuff.
It's really nice skin. Like, I mean, AuraMod is like I said, it's a beautiful skin. It's very, very much like Netflix. It's just, it was a little too heavy for me. So I want something. I like the eye candy, but at the same time, I just need to see the posters. So something might encourage me to watch it, and then I want to hit play and go.
And I'll be honest with you, I installed it on my Shield and on one of the forks I had because I wanted to see how it ran on my Shield. The first boot up, 30 seconds ish on the very first boot up.
Yeah, to load all the meta.
To load, it's like, I'm like, wait a minute. I never see my Shield struggling, and my Shield is on a wire. I mean, I have it wired through Ethernet, so you're not losing a lot of speed. I got a 100 meg line, so
well, and
all the things going for it.
Yeah, for some reason, I'm not sure why this is exactly, but Shadow add-on. Whenever you add a widget for it and the widget changes, like using AutoWidgets, it actually has like a pop-up menu that runs through all the stuff that's loading, where the other add-ons don't do that. So that to me was a little bit of an annoyance, because right out of the blue, if my widgets were like changing up, then that pop-up screen would pop up. So I took that out of the AutoWidget, all the Shadow. Like, I had popular from Fen, popular from Saren, popular from Shadow, popular from TMTB, and then every time they would switch, though, that would pop up. So I took Shadow out of there, and I still made it so you can access it really easy, but I just didn't want that pop up over and over again.
Yeah.
So I somehow it pulls the data differently than than Fen and Saren do.
Yeah, you're right, and it's because it's not a fork, it's not a clone of something else. This is a totally new written add-on, written, and it's its own add-on. So a lot of people don't understand that. So when there is issues with Shadow, the developer created this. I mean, we've had it 3 weeks now, maybe, that it's been out public.
That's a great add-on.
And he created it. So when there's bugs and issues and this and that, there's going to be issues because it's so new, and it's not a fork of Exodus or a fork of this or that add-on that's been around forever. So there is going to be things that run a little bit different until the developer can take a look at why is it doing that, and then him make changes, which we know that the developer of Shadow does not mind updates.
No.
If you're in the group, you'll know what I mean. That guy, you might see 2 updates in a day or 3 updates in a day, maybe.
Yeah, because people will say this isn't working, or this would be better if it did this, and like an hour later he comes back with a new version. Which I think is awesome, personally. So
look at all right. So Dave Fenton has rolled in here, and he's like wanting to know. I know I'm late, but why has Todd explained the scarf? Yes, Todd has explained the scarf. You missed it. See, if you'd have been, if he should have been here on time.
Pull it up.
He should have been here on time. That should be your punishment.
He thinks you're gay right now with that scarf, right? He thinks you've got a cute little wrap around your neck.
Oh, now you don't. Now I got to do it because she doesn't. Maybe I don't want it to be funny. So
not a scarf. It is a.
Well, you get the picture. You get the picture. You can buy them on Facebook and shit. I bought them years ago. I've got that one, and then I've got this one. Hold on, let me take it off because it is hot.
Yeah, TK. I mean, Shadow still works fantastic. It's just that is one little glitch for me with AutoWidgets. I mean, if you don't have AutoWidgets, Shadow just works perfect.
Yeah,
for me anyway.
So, Dave, this is the look of this. This is what I had on when I first came in. That was how I opened the show. And yeah, what was it? Who was it said that challenge your manhood and you can't help it?
Luis, that's not a Shadow issue, though. That's just sometimes people will upload links that have different languages, and I've got them before in every add-on.
Yes.
Depends on the link. If you're having trouble, you know what you do? Just go to don't autoplay it and pick the link yourself, because usually it'll say what the language is right in the link.
The other thing is you can do, and a lot of people don't do it, they'll just do by default or whatever. Go into your settings and you can actually set the your preferred language.
In that one, can you?
No, is in Kodi.
Oh, in Kodi.
In Kodi itself. And that will help you to, if there's two channels, like a Spanish and an English, or French and English, or sometimes they got 4 or 5 languages in there. If you set that default, that will tend to help you to not have to change it when the video starts. When we go into that, remind me, babe, that when I go into Kodi, when I'm showing shadow, to show that setting.
I'll try to remember if I haven't had too many ones.
Hold on. Let me write those.
Kodi language. Write those 2 words.
And settings. Dabs tries to write himself a list of what I can remember and this.
Dabs tries. The good third person analogy.
Dabs tries, but Todd seems to sometimes forget. So that was what Louise's question was about that
Sharon.
foreign language. Hey, Lou. All right. Leighton, Duncan, Hal, welcome. Sharon, yep. Thanks for joining the show. I'm rolling down here. Who's robbing banks? You know, really, and I've said that at my work, right now would be the time to rob a bank, because you could wear a mask outside.
Don't say that out loud. Todd does not endorse robbing banks. Please don't sue him when you go to jail.
You could drive up wearing the mask full. I don't care what you wear. You could wear all kinds of crazy cover your face stuff. You could drive up wearing it. Walk in. Nobody's going to think a thing about it. Walk in. Give me all your money or whatever they ask when you go in there, and then walk out, and nobody's going to say, oh, that guy's got a mask on when he's walking out. Nope, not going to think it at all. So, just saying, crime could pay. This would be your time.
Todd does not endorse that.
Just saying, Todd, this is their time.
You're an ass.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. I'm glad you love the shadow. Again, add-ons shadow is great in a lot of aspects. It has a lot of qualities, and there's good and bad in all the add-ons we use.
Yeah.
And we've had that discussion in some of the groups we're in, and there are good and bad with all the add-ons. Gaia will pull the most links of any add-on that's out there. Gaia will pull the most links, and people, I guess, could argue with that, but not many people are going to find a lot of proof that Gaia's not going to pull more links. But you're going to wait a minute and a half from the time you click to scrape to the time you can actually click a link. Give and take. Saren is going to be really focused is towards a DeBrid type service, where it's Premiumize or DeBrid, real-debrid, all-debrid, link snappy. You're gonna need a premium account, and it's gonna work great. It's gonna work pretty quick.
Yeah, that's a good add-on too.
Yep, Shadow is going to be a premium only add-on, and it's going to be the fastest of any of them out there. But it has its own issues because it's still in some development. And like I said earlier, the developer of this, as soon as he hears of any of issues, if people post and say, "Hey, I wish it had this. Hey, it's got an issue with that," the guy is quick to go to it. He even fixed stuff in AutoWidget for AutoWidget, and he is not a fan of widgets. And that's him and I have talked for months and months. We've talked. He's not a fan of widgets. That's just not his thing, because he wants Kodi to be quick. That was why he created Shadow. I wanted a fast, reliable add-on. But there was an issue with AutoWidgeter. And what did he do? Let me go through and code it so that AutoWidget can work with Shadow.
Yeah.
Again, not just doing it for him, but doing it for everybody else that uses the add-on.
Yeah.
So
another good add-on is Fen.
Fen. I used Fen a little bit. Babe, maybe you've used it. You've probably used it more than me. I used it a little bit, and I just didn't find it.
I'm liking it.
I thought it has have you went into the customability to like the context menu?
Yep.
I mean, you can customize that out the yin yang, and you can put all kinds of stuff in the main menu, put shortcuts so that your main menu is focused on just what you want, which is cool. But when I mess with it, I was thinking, Is it worth my time for me to reset all this?
Right now, I got Saren, Ben, and Shadow, and I have the crew too. But I use the other three more. The crew I find I'm using more for like live TV, obviously, and they've got one click stuff and just stuff like that. But I mean, I use the other three more often than not.
Yeah, and I mean, well, because most of them are due to speed. And
Yeah,
you and
like
I
I like Shadow for movies because it's like when you set it to autoplay, boom, it starts like within seconds.
Yeah, it's probably 6 to 7 seconds. It's normally going to pick.
Yeah, it's fast.
It's going to pick the thing.
And the other two I use more for TV, I find.
Yeah. All right, so Dave asks, is Gaia still huge? I haven't looked at what the download size is because I don't have it on none of my setups have it. Because when they went to 5.0, I think it was 5. There was bugs in that, whatever that last big version jump they did, there was bugs in it. And it was, not knocking the developer at that time, it had too many bugs for me. It was super slow. It was, remember when Destiny had the preview that you'd watch the preview before the movie would play? So while it was scraping, you're watching the preview. Gaia tried to add that. And their first release, they tried to add that. And it was like had this curtains, and the movie was supposed to play in there. Never could get it to play. I had it, and it never played. Went through a couple updates of it, and I was like, pfft. At that time, we were using Destiny. So I'm like, why am I even forcing myself to use Gaia when this is not giving me what I need? So maybe that's been fixed. We'll see. I don't know. To me, it's a monster.
It's a reliable monster when it comes to the other stuff, like without having that on and stuff. Terror said Marauder. I've never used Marauder. I don't know that one.
Marauder, isn't that in? It's either in the crew or in Death Star. It was in one of those. It's in one of the other add-ons, but it's also a standalone. If I'm not mistaken, Terror. Tell me if I'm right. I thought it was in, but I could be wrong with that. I could be wrong.
It's in crew, he said.
All right, so in the crew. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I thought that I'd seen it somewhere else.
And there was somebody else. Oh, Numbers by Cellar Door.
Yeah, Numbers, which is an Exodus fork. I think I'm about 95%, if my memory is correct, it's an Exodus fork, but it's not your cookie cutter Exodus fork. It has so many other things that he's added into it. So it's not I changed the icons. He's added a lot of content in there, and a lot of stuff is added in that Cellar Door added. So that is another one of those that everyone talks about. Well, those are, people talk about, hey, these are my top 5. These are my 5 I use. That is one of them. One of the things Stephen G says, Gaia is great for older stuff. Again, because it has the scrapers. I don't know how many scrapers it has. I'd have to say close to 100 the last time I used it. And it's going to pull content that you're not going to find other places. And if you add your premium services, it's mind-boggling what it can pull. But you're going to wait. Now, if you're a person that wants to watch Gilligan's Island, yeah, you're going to need a really good scraper. You're going to need some scrapers that are pulling from some oddball things. If you're wanting to watch The Gentleman or The Invisible Man, guess what? You don't need those crazy scrapers because that's going to be on every scraper out there. So pluses and minuses to every single add-on. You've got to decide what is your taste, what is your needs, what are the things that
we're all different. Yeah,
and that's I said it in the group like a car. We could ask people, what's your best car? What's the best car out there? And if you ask 10 people what the best car out there, you're going to most likely get 10 answers.
Yeah.
Because what fits you is not what fits me, right? I mean, it's not going to be the same. Now, I know yours is going to be a Corolla hybrid because that's what you want to buy.
No, that's what I can afford to buy. If I pick the best car I could possibly have, it wouldn't be a Corolla hybrid.
Okay. Well, so
it'd probably be a Tesla.
Yeah. After we rode in a Tesla.
Yeah, she's a beauty.
Oh, anybody that's not rode in a Tesla, you ride in one of them mugs. For us techie people, don't ride in a Tesla. Don't ever ride in a Tesla.
Gonna want one.
because you're
It's
going to
like,
want to.
yeah, I felt like I was in like in the TV series Knight Rider there, and I was in Kit.
Well, you know what I felt like? I actually felt more like, all right, so I always fall back to this Logan's Run, because Logan's Run had like an auto car that actually drove for you. There was almost nothing on the dashboard. Kit, you had a steering wheel, and Kit, you could actually had more things, but that Tesla, there was like a computer screen that sits over
It's
here
like
for
a
the
big
driver.
iPad, and that's it.
Yeah, iPad, and he got a steering wheel, and then everything else is right. Boop 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 boop. It is.
It's free. It's a little bit freaky, yeah.
It's weird.
And oh my god, from the takeoff, like sit back in your seat, otherwise you're getting whiplash.
Yeah, Mike, one of my buddies took us for a ride in his, and the torque, in no engine noise. That's the other thing that threw me off. There's no, if you've rode in fast cars, Mustangs, Camaros, Corvettes, right, and you ride in them and you're, and you hear that you feel the push of the G-force, you feel the shift, but you hear the engine as well as the wind. That, all you hear is the wind blowing past the car. That's it. Yeah. There is no other noise except for
yeah, it's freaky.
That would be that I would get you kind of like that. I would get that P90 Tesla, or that other Tesla. Remember there was a two-door one. There was that two-door Tesla that had 550-mile range, and it was like a 2.1, 2.2, 0 to 60.
I did get a lotto thing the other day for 70 million. So here's hoping, honey.
Here's your open. Okay, so so that's about cars. We'll go off. We'll go on a little bit on.
Todd, you got a question there?
I was looking through
Blindside. Why does Saren keep asking me to reauthorize my tract, even though I've done it several times, even deleted and reinstalled? Any ideas?
Okay, why does it? I would suggest now have you reinstalled Saren, because I have had the issue. My tracked account on one point when I was using Saren was not updating my. If you go to my files, there's the real-debrid thing. It was not updating that, and I had to actually clear my data from tracked and reauthorize it. If reauthorizing tracked does not work, I would possibly think about uninstalling Saren and removing the user data and then reinstall Saren. I know I hate to tell people that, because then they have to reauthorize real-debrid or Premiumize, whatever they're using. But if it keeps asking for that, obviously it's not saving it to your user data folder for some reason. So something is corrupted, I would think, in that user data folder, because anybody that has Kodi, that you've been a user for a while, so you have your add-ons. Okay, that's in your Kodi add-ons. Then it creates a user data folder. There's a user data folder. And for every one of your add-ons, it creates a folder for that add-on that decides, and it has your settings in there. So when you go through and install Saren, and you open Saren and you change some of your settings, those settings will be in the user data folder. And as you add things into that, your tracked or your premiumized or your real-debrid, all-debrid, whatever it is you change, or even the regular settings, it changes it in that user data folder. So my guess is something is corrupted in that user data folder. So maybe you could delete that user data folder. If you're using a computer, it's easy peasy. You just go to user data and you'll find it. If you're on your Shield, you may need to go into the file manager and when you open Kodi, you'll see user data is a folder. You'll see all your add-ons in there, and you can delete that particular folder, reopen Saren. Now, Saren's going to act like it has no information about you. It's not going to have your real-debrid. It's not going to have your premium. It's going to have nothing like that. It's still going to be installed, but it's not going to remember any of your information. So it's almost like it's running through the first time for you. It's like you guys, it's like you're on a date and the first time you've met. And you're like, hey, what's your name? What's your sign? What do you like to do? What's movies you like? And it's going to ask all those kind of personal questions, and you're going to feel a little uncomfortable. And you're going to say, you know, I like long walks on the beach and holding hands and looking at the moonlights. All right, I got off track there, but it'll ask you all that information. So put all that information or whatever information you want to give it. So, so, oh my God. Wait, who's telling? Wait, who's install? Wait, did I miss that, baby? That who's trying to tell people to install? Please, no, don't install the TVA repo. Did I miss that? Did I miss that in the chat earlier? Up, please. Yeah, hopefully that's the video you're talking about. UFC has been canceled for next weekend, folks. So if you planned on watching it, I saw on some information through Facebook and through Twitter that it would have been canceled. Rose, what's it? Rose. You don't remember her name. Rose Nemet starts with Nema, not Nemechek. But Rose had some family members that died with the corona, and she backed out. And I heard that Disney, who owns ESPN, said this is a nay. This is not going to happen. So from what I heard yesterday, that it had been canceled. Now, what I had listened to Saturday morning or Thursday morning on my way to work, Dana was on the radio saying that it was going to happen, but heard that it was done. Did not they canceled it because of that it was not worth it. So. Premiumized, I'll hit this before we hit some of the other items that I have on my list. Yes, Premiumize is offering 2 years for $90 US. And it's at what LG says until Sunday. I actually bought Premiumized because of this deal. Being 2 years, I've been a real-debrid user or a subscriber, and I still am. But I thought this was such a great deal that it was worth having it as my backup. So I went ahead and bought it. One of the things about maybe some of the people on my chat on the side can tell me, what I've heard is that free to use, so I could possibly let other friends of mine use my account, because you're given a certain number of credits per day, 1,000. You get 1,000 credits to start with. And each movie, depending on the size of the file, will take away credits. So let's say just for shits and giggles, so a 1 gig movie would be 1 credit. Now, if you're on certain servers, like I can't remember, some of them have a multiplier. Like, so Stream Mango is not on there, but let's just say Stream Mango. So let's say Stream Mango says, well, our usage rate is a multiplier of 4. So a 1 gig movie would count as 4 gigs for your ratio that Premiumize gave you. Now, I didn't see many things that were 4. I saw some that were 2s, but you're given 1,000, and then each day you're given 30 credits. So unless you're at home and you're watching shit tons of stuff, you would never get that 1,000 down. Now, from what I understand, you could share that information, that you could give, like, let somebody else use your login. So because it's not IP locked. Because real-debrid, you only can use it for 1 IP at a time. Now, I can use it on vacation, but nobody at this IP could use it if I'm over there using it there, or from another IP. Premiumize, I think you can, from what I was reading, what people have told me. So that could be where if you had an account, if you had, let's say, especially if it's a second account, if a premium account, you could actually give that to some of your family members that don't use it a ton, and then they would have a premium account that they would be pulling from, that's kind of pulling from your credits. And since you have 1,000 credits, you get 30 a day, and if you're not using it a lot, your credits would never have an issue. So I think that's how it is. I do know that Premiumize, I stuck a 400 gig image on it, and it downloaded it in a day, the 400 gigs, and I have yet to download it to me. So we'll see how that cloud thing works. I downloaded that image from my Raspberry Pi. Dick said that he only said TVA because he knew that it would get you fired up. And Blue must be going to get another wine. And Dabs is all right.
I'm back.
Babe, you there?
I'm back.
Talk to Dick for just a second.
No, I'm not talking to Dick. Oh, so what were we talking about? Anybody have any questions for us? I probably can't answer anything, but you can go ahead and hit me anyway.
All right, Dabs had to hurry. All right, so I brought 2 just so that I wouldn't have to race back because. Could I do a video on Premiumize Cloud download? I can. To me, it works very similar to real-debrid, not exactly, but pretty close. Yeah, I'll do a video on Premiumized sometime this week and see how you like it. To me, it's not a bad deal if you think about how much real-debrid is. All right, so real-debrid is for me 18 US every 6 months, so that's $36 a year. So $36 a year for 2 years would be somewhere $72 ish. So if I can get Premiumized for, let's say, $90 for 2 years, that's not a bad deal. And if I'm able to share that with some of my friends or family that I'm able to use, if I can let them use some of my credits, that's even a more plus. So Noir says he's willing to come on. Yeah, let's see. I mean, hold on.
Salvatore says, "How can you find more content for Plex movies and TV shows? Newsgroups. Newsgroups are the way to go. And private torrents.
Private torrents, yes. Yep. In newsgroups, if you look on some newsgroups, you watch for some of the sales on newsgroups. It's cheap.
It's very cheap. I think I pay like $3 a month. And
there's no sharing back. It downloads all of it for you. It downloads it, and then it's easy peasy. And I mean, you're not going to pay that much. I would suggest. I actually even Slick Deals, which I follow slickdeals.net. They'll post when there's a great news group up there, and I'm paying. Oh shit! I want to say I'm paying. I'm paying on the high end. I paid $100 for the year, and maybe a little less than that for my news group. And it's see, all right. So then look at Dave. Dave says Tweak News has a €30 a year life, which that's cheap as shit. I got mine.
What does that mean? You're €30 a year lifetime, isn't that?
Yeah, that means as long as you keep your subscription, it's going to be €30 every year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of your locked-in price, and some will do that. Yeah, so don't use US news hosting server. I can't even remember the one I'm using right now, but I don't use it that often. For me, it's just and LG, I can post some information about news groups. I mean, there's so many news groups, and so they all do a little bit differently. Yeah, I can look into that. If you do some searching on YouTube, you probably find some stuff about news groups, and probably a whole lot more knowledgeable than me. And just being honest with that.
See, I don't even know what the name of mine is because it was recommended from a friend months ago, and I just installed it and I haven't looked back.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. So let's actually start with the stuff I have written down here.
Okay.
Let's see. All right. So Disney add-on, and I saw a tweet about the Disney add-on, a Disney Plus add-on been added to Kodi, so you can actually watch it. And I'll give props to Kodi Apps or Kodi Tips for writing an article about how to install it. You do need a Disney Plus account. This isn't hacking into Disney Plus. This is using your account. And the reason why they can do that now is that Kodi, back in April, added some audio and video formats. So they added those, and now you can actually watch Disney Plus. But after reading all this, I'm thinking, this is such great information. I get down about halfway to 3/4 of the way, and then I see, well, if you're going to watch this, you need to have yourself a VPN.
Why would you have to have a VPN if you've got an actual Disney Plus subscription?
Yes, and it was a whole...
That makes no sense.
A whole thing is yes. And it's like... It was all great explanations, through the whole tutorial how to do it, how to
Are
do it.
they
How to do it.
selling a VPN? Is that
Yes, yes, he's got the damn link.
why? Oh,
Get
that's
yourself a
brutal.
VPN. Keep
Okay, you
safe.
guys, if you guys are
It's
using
like,
Disney Plus add-on in Kodi and you paid for a subscription, you do not need a VPN.
it protect yourself, and it went through this
Protect
whole
yourself
thing.
from what?
I don't, but it was, yeah, I'm sure it's a copy paste to that part of his blog.
That's brutal, though. Come on
But
now.
I was like, Kodi tips. Does every fucking thing you post have to have a VPN?
Yeah, because that clearly
affiliate link?
doesn't need it.
No, it's just yeah. It was again.
The thing with me though, okay, the thing with me is that's all fine and dandy to have a Disney Plus add-on for Kodi. Great. Now, the only time that would be appropriate for me would be if I was using, like I was saying to you earlier, OpenELEC, where it boots straight into Kodi, so you can't add any other apps to it. But any other device, any Android device or whatever, get the Disney Plus app. You don't need to get the one in Kodi. You can get the actual Disney Plus app. But if you had OpenELEC, yeah, that would work great if you wanted Disney Plus for the kids.
Yeah, and I did not look at all that, but it seems to me that there's only certain formats that Kodi authorized or has the ability to use. So I want to say, I didn't write it down. I know that it added 2-channel and it was like 5.1 audio, but you're not going to get because I didn't see no mention of 4K and all this, maybe 7.1. I know that Disney does have 4K for certain content. So yeah, if you have the option
I use Kodi, I use Plex, but I still have Netflix, and you know what? I have Disney Plus.
Yeah. So I thought it was neat that somebody's created an add-on for it. Not surprised, but thought it was neat.
But you don't need a VPN.
You don't need it. And you actually, for me, I have it on my Shield, but I have it as an APK. So if I want to watch Disney, I open up Disney. So
exactly.
That's just me. To each their own. Nitro TV, there was one big thing about, I saw Torrent Freak posted about it, that Nitro TV went down. I don't use Nitro TV, never have. To be honest, some of the people mixed in with Nitro TV or the people that promoted Nitro TV weren't people that I wanted to be associated with because I felt like a little sketchy. So I never got involved and never used it. I heard that they got letters from the ACE, MPAA, Motion Picture Association of America. So rumor has it that those proceedings are moving forward. If that's the case, I would suspect that Nitro would be gone very, very, very soon. Now, I do know that a person made a video saying that everything is fine. Keep paying for it. It's good and go. It's good to go. But I also wonder if that person had a bias to tell you that because maybe they're involved in Nitro TV and they want people to continue to send their money.
Yeah, that'd be about right.
Yeah, I just feel like there might be a conflict of interest. But I would be very wary if you're a Nitro TV user. Rumor is that they have been served. So you may find, if you're a Nitro TV user or subscriber, you may find your service leaving you if all of that is true. Again, that came from Torrent Freak. Where he got his information, I don't know, but I know that whoever Torrent Freak is, they are always digging in. I don't know if they're following court records or what the hell they do every day, but for some reason, they always know there's a court. This has been posted. This has been posted. So,
Patty D was asking, have you guys heard of Startup Show IPTV? Have you heard of that?
Oh,
me neither.
But the thing about with a lot of IPTVs, they could be a rebrand of something else.
They usually are.
Right. So remember when Vader went down, there was all these other IPTV services went down too. Because they were a rebrand of Vader.
Yeah.
Now, it didn't say Vader when you opened it. It might have said
they changed the artwork.
Yeah, they changed the artwork and the name. You think, oh, I'm using Dab's IPTV service. No, Dab's, he was linked into Vader. And not that I have an IPTV service. I'm just saying, for example. So when some of these other services go down, you may see one service goes down, but then all these other ones go down because they're just a rebrand of that one thing. So we'll see. We'll see how that all goes. Yeah, Pim says, gotta love the smarter rebranders. It happens all the time. And it's hard to tell if you're a rebrand unless, you really did some investigating. And most people that
Or
are
if you had a few of them and you compare the code.
Yep, yep. So, we'll see. So, you know what? I'll leave that comment alone. So UFC has been canceled. Before we go into one of my future shows very soon, I hope to have Tyler the Antenna Man. Now, my babe, I've talked about Tyler the Antenna Man, and you've probably been rolling your eyes at this time.
No, it's
but
okay.
but I follow this guy on YouTube, and he's actually an antenna installer. Been doing it for years and years and years. I watch his channel, and I will post. I'll post his. He's got a YouTube channel, and you can follow him. And this guy will give you true, unbiased opinions of if you were going to buy equipment, how your setup works. What is this? Do I need an amplifier? Do I need this? Do you need that? He can give you those kind of advices if you watch his videos. He also talks about, I actually posted on Facebook and Twitter a long time ago why your cable costs are so high. And he broke it down. Why am I paying $100 a month? And then he broke it down. Hey, you know what? And I talked about it on the show before about the fewer companies own the channels. So where it used to be, let's just say 15, 20 companies owned these channels. Now we're down to 4-ish, maybe 5.
It's like Disney owning Marvel and Star Wars.
And ABC. It owns ABC. ABC is owned by ESPN.
And a lot more than that, yeah.
So Disney owns ABC, ABC, ESPN, and a slew of other channels. So Disney has a leverage against cable companies, and we talked about that. His video talks about that and why your costs are what they are. So I messaged him, sent him an email, and he's hoping to be on one of my shows. So if you see a thing about when I talk about Tyler the Antenna Man, that he'll be on a Friday night show, that's the guy that's going to be on, and I'm really excited.
Is he the one, like, watching him was how you set up yours?
Yeah. I actually learned a lot of like the wiring, what kind of cables to get, because if you buy cheap ass coax cables, that hurts your antenna reception, because the power, even though I have a power, if you have shitty cable and if it's too far away, your antenna can't get that power. It's degraded. The signal has been degraded. So yeah, and I mean, you can talk. He talks about filters. He talks about how cell phone towers can impact you. He can talk about all the different stuff. So look forward to him being on the show once Corona is done, because he's working on Friday nights due to the Corona. And he says, hey, he can't come on a Friday night. So I'm looking forward to him being on, because that is I think if you're a cable cutter, a cord cutter like me, you need over the air. I got an antenna outside to over the air. I have also Kodi options. I have APK options. You give yourself options. Don't pigeonhole yourself into, well, I got an IPTV so I can watch all the live TV I want. What happens when that goes down? I want to watch the local news in town. I want to know when there's a tornado coming down the road. I want to be able to watch my local news to tell me where the hell that damn tornado is up the road. So that's me. So if you're a cable cutter, cord cutter, watch that show. You look for the thing when he tells me that he can come on, and he says once he's up in Pennsylvania, so once they lift the restrictions, he should be available on a Friday night, and he said that he would be happy to come on. So thumbs up to him. Look for him. It's kind of my nerdy moment.
That's cute, actually.
Yeah, I want to teach people how to save on your cable bill, but over-the-air antenna is...
Yeah, the way to go for local, if you want local stuff. And you don't just get local. You get from how far away, Todd?
I get up to 70 miles away with my antenna setup. So 70 miles. Now, 70 miles this direction, I get 35 miles to the opposite direction. So I'm in the middle of two major markets. So the major market that I care about is to my east. So I point my antenna. Now, I will pick up to my west. It's not just one direction. It does pick up behind it, but it doesn't pick up as far. And I've told people, I invested on my antenna. My antenna was $120. And people are like, "Oh, $120 for an antenna?" Yeah. But you know what? I paid it one time. You pay your cable bill how many times?
Yeah,
So,
and you know what? I mean, I've been there, and it's crystal clear, perfect picture.
mhm.
The picture is beautiful.
Beautiful picture, uncompressed. People don't understand over the air is uncompressed. Cable TV or satellite TV is compressed, and then when it gets to you, it uncompresses or decompresses. Over the air, uncompressed. It's to you. So when it's 1080, it's 1080. So it looks beautiful on clear. So hopefully he'll be on in a preview in a upcoming show. So we got that. So I mean, before we go into Shadow, we're going to talk about Shadow because each week, if Shadow has updates, I will talk about Shadow. I'm not going to talk about Shadow if he doesn't have any updates. I don't want to just keep beating the drum. If he has updates, I want to explain what those updates are, tell you what's been added to that add-on, show it to you. But I'm not going to just be, fanboy. I want to try to give everybody information. But if there's things been added, I want to be that platform because I don't think anybody else is the platform for explaining what's new in that add-on. So let's see. Crispy says, I installed the Arctic Horizon skin, and there are a lot of adding.
Is there a way
of adding the add-on Saren as an auto widget, and how, babe? How you explain that?
Later on, we're gonna probably show my build anyway.
Yep.
And it's Arctic Zephyr. It's pretty much the same, and we'll show you. It's pretty easy.
Okay. So Crispy, hang tight.
And the worst case scenario, Crispy, if you can't hang tight, just rewatch this later when you get a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, we can show it now if you want, but it's up to you.
All right. We'll show that before we go into Shadow. LG says, I watched him, and that's how I used rabbit ears for local TV. I'm telling you, the guy, he only installs in one area, but he has 75,000 followers or viewers or subscribers on YouTube. 75,000. I mean, but the guy knows his shit. And I actually told him what the subject matter, what my show is normally about, and he said he'd still be willing to be on because I was thinking maybe he might not want to be on the show, but he's done a live stream. He's not super comfortable doing live streams. He's normally used to recording and then uploading it. So we'll see how that all goes. Kyle, hey, what's up, Kyle? What's up? I ain't seen you in a while. Kyle says, I use DrInfernoo for everything, but I don't have to teach the wife and grandkids how to use it, but paying for a couple services. Right. I mean, cord cutting is not necessarily, hey, I want to be a pirate, or I want to use Kodi, or I want to use an APK. Cord cutting can be, you know what, for my family's uses, or for my family, we're going to use Netflix, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. And that works. Maybe that works for your family. Maybe using Sling TV works for your family. Maybe using Pluto TV works for your family. Maybe using, Zumo works for your family. Maybe using Hulu Plus works for your family. Cord cutting is not just, you got to be a pirate or you got to download this stuff. No. Cord cutting means I'm not going to pay my cable company the 100 and whatever they're asking me to pay. I'm going to get the services that my family needs and my family wants, and that's what we're going to pay for. That's what cord cutting's about. And sometimes we lose focus that's what cord cutting is about. And it's right. If you pay for a few services, and guess what? Your kids are watching what they want and aren't complaining. And hey, that's the best thing. Let's see.
Okay, should we show it?
Yep. All right. So let's see.
You want me to share my screen? Want me to share my screen?
You can share your screen. I can share mine, or you can share yours. You're fine doing yours. Yeah, because then you can walk it through.
Do I have to click share audio? No, does that just mean computer audio?
Should be. Well, sometimes you shouldn't ask for the audio part.
Can you see my screen?
I've added it, and I see the screen.
Okay.
Now it's the main screen.
Okay, so Noir just asked what skin am I using. Right now I'm using Arctic Zephyr 2. So I'd made one in AuraMod. I found it a little heavy, so I'm using this one now. Okay, so Crispy, As you can see, I've got Saren installed. Now you can, okay, see, the thing with widgets is, if I was to choose add to auto group right now, what happens is the widgets that you see will be these. Oh, sorry, because I was just, will be these 4 things will pop up as your widgets. See, I like using widgets specifically for posters, like movie posters or TV shows. So I like to drill down inside of them. Just see what I'm going to get. So like most popular, you know that inside here, it's going to be just straight up movies. These are the best widgets, obviously, because they're the coolest looking.
And most popular, folks, keep in mind that is over most popular of a certain time. It may not be right now. Trending is what's popular right now. Let's say the last week.
Yeah.
So just keep in mind, most popular mean it's the most popular over a year or whatever number system they use.
Yeah. So if you wanted to add Saren, the whole Saren, you can, like I said, just hit the auto widget right away. But if you want to just add a section to it, all you got to do is hit your control panel, add auto widget to group, and then you would just pick your widget. Now, if you didn't have one already made, you can make a new one right away in here. Just hit create new widget group, and for kicks, I'm just going to call this Saren. I'll choose that, call it most popular, and then done. So now, obviously, the other step to it, though. Okay, so you've made the widget, which you'll be able to see it right in here inside auto widget.
Because you created a group
called Saren. And you'll see you'll have one entry in it, most popular.
Yep.
So once you have that, you still have to add it to your main screen, right? It's not magic. If you added something to an existing, okay, sorry, I'm going to just bounce around here again for a second. If for example, you I had added it to this popular movies, it would automatically populate after a certain period of time when the widgets initialize again or when they refresh. So if you already had existing groups, go ahead and add it. But if you have a new group, what you need to do is go to your settings, and you're going to put it somewhere. So you customize your home menu. Say I wanted to put it under, just for kicks, say I wanted to put it under add-ons. No. Yeah, no. I'm going to put it under TMDB for right now.
Okay.
So I would set the widget. I'm going to add a new one.
She had to hit the plus, so it added. You see where it says none.
Here,
and
like
now
there's the plus.
Yep, she added plus, and now it's
choose
saying, okay,
widget.
Where's the widget?
So you're going to go to your add-ons, program add-ons, because this is what we're looking for, right? It's in auto widget.
Yep.
Go to your groups, and there's Saren. So you click it. You click random path. I didn't realize this at the time, but in my last video, I made you change this to like Saren or whatever. You don't have to. It automatically updates when it's shuffling through stuff if you leave it random. And I've also been told that in some skins, if you change the name here and label, it'll screw it up. Okay, so now we've put that on our main screen, right? We put that under TMDB. So I had these two. Sorry, it was just resetting itself. So under TMDB, right here, you have to initialize a widget just by clicking on it.
And you only do that the first time you open it.
Well, yeah, what happens is if you set 10 different widgets in the beginning before you load any of them, when it initializes all of them. But anytime you add anything new, they need to be initialized. So you don't have to do them one at a time, but every time there's something new, you do.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. You notice I had stuff already that was already initialized. I had unpopular, I had trending, all that stuff, but I still had to initialize it on this. So TMDB. Sorry, I swear to God, my computer's just really slow when I'm on here with Todd because I was zipping around in there earlier.
It is. You're using a lot of resources.
Most popular, and this one here, this is the Saren one.
Not airing today. It should be most popular.
Oh, I should have been the Saren one because I didn't have airing today, I don't think. Did I put it under TMDB?
You put it in TMDB? Yeah, but I think it's the most popular is what you put it under. That most popular one.
Okay, I can't remember now.
That most popular was right there.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wait, it was second. That's it there.
yeah, that's what I'm
Sorry,
saying.
I
It was
put
the
it in the
most
wrong
popular.
order. Normally,
It
I
was,
throw it at the bottom so that I know where it is, but yeah, that's it right there.
yeah, it's the most popular. So and you can add the plus of auto widgets is that you can add multiples to that group. Hey, babe, go back to your auto widget.
See, so just to show
Okay,
you, it
sorry.
was going into Saren. This is my build right now, so I haven't put any of my DrInfernoo accounts in yet because I uploading it. So as you can see, though, it was playing it through Saren. So that's how you use Saren. I hope that answers the question. I think it would have. But you can add either the whole thing, but like I said, what happens is when you add a widget, if you added Saren right from the very get-go, your widgets aren't going to be a bunch of movies and a bunch of TV posters. It's going to be the next set of folders inside of that folder. So I like to drill down to, obviously, to a place where the next click is taking you into movies or TV shows, so that way you see the posters.
All right. Sorry. Hey, I apologize for leaving the comment. It's difficult sometimes when I'm doing a show and I'm reading over here and I'm trying to read where we're going next and helping making sure that she's being communicating. I didn't even notice that I had that comment, and so it was blocking part of the screen. But yeah, that's a great example of how that it's not hard.
Okay. Sorry, one more question.
Yeah, babe.
DJ Theme's asking how easy is it to remove an auto widget? Now, sorry, I'm going to share one more time, honey.
Yeah, share Wix. That's and go to your other widgets that had where you had other items in there where you saw them.
We're good?
Yeah, we're good. We're going to nerd talk.
Okay. So, for example, if you go down to your add-ons and you go down to auto widget, you can either delete parts of it or you can delete whole sections. So for example, if I don't want to have this whole section in there could be 10 things inside of this. I mean, you know there isn't, but there could be 10 things inside. So you just hit the context menu, go to edit group, and you'll see right here it says remove group. So you just remove it.
Warning, warning, warning.
And now the same thing can be done, for example, if you have stuff inside popular movies. I have two things here. If I only wanted the one, I didn't want this one, for example. Once again, context menu, edit path, and remove. I'm not going to remove because I want to keep that, but that's all you have to do. That's how simple it is.
When I will say this, all right, so babe, go back into that. So you left them most popular and popular. So I have no idea when I was using your build today, I had no idea what you were using. I'm like, what add-on is this to? Click on it and go to where you get the information.
You can change the name. I didn't bother after a while. But go into you hit the context again. Same place where you go to remove it, you go to label.
But you see where at the bottom part or the next one down?
Hold on one second. I can tell this is Fen by the background.
Well, I can tell it's Fen because when you look at the edit,
yeah, it says
look at
Fen.
where the path was.
Yeah, it's
the
Fen.
path. So if you've added a bunch of things and say you left them popular, all of them were popular, and you're like, I don't know which one of these it is. If you go into edit, you will see the path tells you what add-on it's pointed to.
Yeah. So for example, this one, most popular, go to your edit path. Once again, this one's Saren.
Yep.
So you click on the label. You can call it Saren popular.
Yep.
Now, I'm not sure. I think it automatically changes it out here for you. If I'm not mistaken. But possibly.
Well, once it refreshes, you're under movies.
I actually put it over here too.
Oh. Yeah, see, she put a button in there for force refresh, which refreshes the widgets, makes the widgets change.
Yeah, sometimes I find it's not, though. It's bugging me. And I don't know if that's just me.
Wait, no, when popular. Fen popular is right there.
Oh, yeah, shit, you're right. Okay. So there it is. And the next time it's like a roll of the dice every time you refresh it. But the next one could say Saren popular.
You got a 50-50 chance.
Yep.
Get a lottery ticket.
Get a lottery ticket. But yeah. So there.
So, but yeah, you can. But again, when you add in the widgets, I would suggest to put a little bit of a description where she had popular, and then she changed it to Fen popular, Saren popular, because different add-ons pull from different sites. If it's pulling from TMDB, the movie database, or if it's pulling from IMDb, the what's it? Internet? No, what is it? IMDb.
Internet Movie Database.
Is it Internet Movie Database?
Sure is.
Okay. If it's pulling from different sites or tracked, there's another major one. Those will have different popular because they're pulling from a different database. So that's why sometimes, even though it's popular, it may have a different list because it pulled from a different, one pulled from tracked, one pulled from TMDB.
Yeah, so you may see the list might not be stuff you're really, really interested in. So hit refresh and see what else you get.
Yeah. So, all right. So, what was it? Dave posted in here. He thinks that eIMDA players are 100% faster than widgets. Well, yeah. Widgets are not going to make your device faster. It's going to make it slower. And
it's the opposite,
that's not, I'm not knocking on anybody that uses widgets or...
I like widgets because I do. Lots of times I need inspiration for what I'm going to watch. I really like seeing posters. And I'll go, oh, that's out. That's new. That's, I like that.
And you saw the gentleman was available for how long and you ignored it?
Shut up.
Okay, so yes, widgets are not going to make your device quicker. And if you have the shittier the device, the slower the device. EIM, which is extended info mod, is if you go that route, it's going to be because it's not loading all that data. So it will run quicker. So where I talked about add-ons, there's give and take to each thing. There's give and take with widgets. Widgets are going to give you more eye candy. They're going to give you more options. They're going to give you more, here's an inspiration, like Blue says. Hey, I want to be inspired.
Yeah, and you know what? It's obviously going to load faster too, your stuff, if you're using one widget. AutoWidgets is awesome because when it refreshes, you get new stuff. But if you just use one, like straight old widgets, like old days, and it's only just popular from one specific place, then it's going to be faster than AutoWidgets is. But AutoWidgets is very cool because, yeah, if you don't like what's in that. And, I mean, you don't have to just pick popular and trending. You can pick the weird shit. Like I went into the TMDB helper, and what's it called? Discover?
Yep, Discover. Yep.
Or you can add a rule. Like you can pick the word vampire, and then it'll pull all vampire movies, and you can throw that into AutoWidget. And then you can do one for zombies. You can do one for Brad Pitt. You can do one for certain years. You can do one for movies that are only 8 and above, 8 out of 10 and above. I did one that were movies that were 3 hours or more because I like long movies. And you can throw those all into either as their own widget, or you can throw a whole pile of them into one AutoWidget, and then you never know what you're going to get. One time it's a 3-hour movie. One time it's a +8 rated movie. Next time it's Brad Pitt. Like, that's what's cool about it is it gives you like sometimes what you don't think you want to watch is something exactly what you want to watch. And it's not having 18 or 18 rows of widgets. It's one widget that alternates.
Well, it's like we talked about. It's a roll of the dice. Yeah. You don't know what you're going to get. It's a roll of the dice. And if you put 10 items in that mix, you've got a roll of 10 items that may be in there. Maybe the same one twice in a row, but you got one in 10 options.
Pick shit that you like. Pick stuff that you like specifically. You know what I mean? Or if you're doing it, make a widget for your kids and find, the Disney's, make a Disney section, make a Pixar section. That way they never know what they're getting. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah. And I will agree that widgets are a decision that you decide if you want to use them, don't use them. For my builds, anybody that's used my builds, I don't use widgets because they slow my device down. When I created a build, I wanted fast, reliable. I wanted to play now. And that's what I wanted. But if you're a person that wants something a little bit different, I know that DrInfernoo talked about it. He created this for his kids. That's why he created it. So it was something different every time the kids is watching. So I think that that's a great idea. That's an awesome, awesome thing that people can do if that's your taste. Again,
yeah. If you don't like widgets, don't use widgets. That's fine. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to be checking out what you have and criticizing you on it.
No, that's actually I don't have it on my normal setup. That's
not your cup of tea.
No,
but it is mine.
Yep, and it's all in what works. So, Let's see. So we're going to talk about what's happening in Shadow of late. So let me open up my shoot fire. I can't remember which one of these had my damn, which was my build and which was yours. Oh, my build. Okay. Let me go ahead and share my screen here, folks.
No worries, Diana.
All right. So we're going to go to Dab screen because DAB. Booyah. Booyah. Let's get rid of this. Okay. So let's take a look at what's new inside of Shadow because we talked about Shadow. I said that we would discuss it. We talk about it like give and take. And I love AA to death. And there's great things in Shadow, but it isn't going to work for everybody. It's not going to be the add-on that every single person's going to use. Let's see. Let's take a look at what version I'm using. And I think right now we're at 1.32. Expected to change by tomorrow. If anybody that knows this, it will change by tomorrow because, but it's a holiday weekend, so maybe he won't mess with it. So it is available. The most current versions, I know that the crew keeps up on it very regular. And I know that I've seen Diamond post in the group. So I would assume that he's pretty active with keeping his version update. So those would be the two places off the top of my head that I would think keep a very up-to-date version. If not, join the Telegram group and you can get the version and then you can figure out. I won't explain how to get it on your Kodi device. Let's see. So this week, what has changed in Shadow? So one of the, I don't know if we explained it last week. All right. So first of all, it was only going to be a real-debrid. That was all that he was going to use it for, or that's what he had. And he said real-debrid, and that was it. He added all-debrid and premiumized. Now the difference is real-debrid is going to use a certain. You'll have to authorize it for that. It uses its own set of scrapers. If you use auto-debrid or Premiumize, it uses another set of scrapers. So that's two different things. You cannot use all three at the same time. You need to choose which one of the services you have to be able to work for you. Next up, I didn't talk about this last week. One of the things that Next Up offered was recommended movie when you're getting to the end of the movie. So when you get to the end of the movie, and right now I have the default setting is 300 seconds. So 300 seconds before the movie ends, that if you're watching it in Shadow, it's going to suggest the next movie that you can watch. Now, I know that I saw Mark posted it, and I know that it is a bug, probably be sorted out next week, that sometimes on the Shield, you cannot click that suggestion in it for it to work. So the developer will have to take a look at that and see why it's not loading. But the idea is that when you click on recommended the next movie, it's going to recommend you to watch the next movie. And he said this is total random. This is not genre based. It's just a random, maybe in the popular category, but I'm not positive on that. But you're able to change how long before the next episode ends. I think I posted a picture of this in the Shadow group. So 30 seconds before the end of the clip or the video that I'm watching, it's going to show me that the next episode's ready to load and do I want to play it. And actually 3 seconds before the end of the video, it will actually force it to, well, if I had this turned on, it would force it to play. So it's off. So it would just show you links. Right now, it would just show me links. So if you click this, it would automatically push me into the next episode, like Netflix does. Okay, so that's his kind of Netflix things. One-click play. I think we talked about that last week. One-click play. Pretty self-explanatory. Set your maximum and minimum qualities, and you're good to go. And we talked about him adding that. Let me open the add-on. Some of the things he added to this. I remember one of the things. All right, so we talked about people complaining about clearing cache. He added clear cache. one of the things that was requested by a user was to clear tracked. Some people want say you put in your tracked
Oh, that was
information.
me, actually.
Yeah, say you put in your tracked information, you're like, hey, I want to use a different account.
Yeah, because I have
And-
2 and I picked the wrong one.
Yeah, and that happens. I mean, I have 4 tracked accounts, so you could easily clear your tracked account from right here.
That's perfect.
Yep, it's a simple coding, and you ask for it. It's like Santa Claus. You ask for it, and he damn does it. Damn does it.
Damn.
I need to wait. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. Okay, I had to open the next one. All right, so we go. Let's go open the add-on, see what's different. One of the things that I actually talked to the developer about is this different color. Distracting to me. For me, not that for him. And the reason why he said he added this as a different color was because it's something different from any other add-on. There's no other add-on I know that shows you last link played. And babe, if you're able to watch the chat, because I can't see the chat at all.
Yep.
All right, since I've not played any, this is on my computer. It's not what I watched. So if I had watched a link, it would actually pull up the last link I played. So say you're watching a movie and you stop in the middle of it and you have to go do something. You come back tomorrow and you're not remembering what you watched. You actually be able to come here and it will show you the link that you played. And he said he added that colored so that it's showing that it's something different. And he did this was it in TV or movies? He had it in one of the other ones too. Maybe it's because I haven't watched anything maybe it's in movies, because I had watched a movie on my Shield, and it actually showed me a yellow last link played, which was Sonic the Hedgehog, and it showed me that link, and I could click it and resume right back where I was. So that's something a little bit different than his. And he said that he wanted to put the color code to show you that this is something you're not going to see in any other add-on. And I'm not sure, did we show this last week, the advanced context selection?
Yep, I think so, but show it again anyway.
So let's go. You don't see this in any other add-on. You see it on TMDB, some of a sorts. We set a year. Let's say, oops, I hit backwards. So let's go up here. And I'm going to say 2018. So I'm a snob. I only want to see something within the last couple of years. And I'm going to say, let's back this up to 2020 because I'm going to go to that. So those are the years I want to choose. And which category do you think we should pick? You tell me, babe.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not watching. Okay, there we go. Action.
Action. All right, so we're going to click that. We could click multiples. I mean, we could pick multiples and we do whatever we want. So we're picking the years. We're picking the genre. We can pick multiples now again. And we're going to say select. So it chose action movies that are between the years that we have just, that the parameters we've set, which is a lot like the TMDB Discover, where you set certain parameters and it pulls it up. And you know how Blue said sometimes she doesn't know what she wants to watch. This is a perfect example of, this gives you some options of what you want to watch.
Yeah, what are you in the mood for? And do you want new? Do you want old? Yeah.
And it starts from 2020, it goes down. And look at here, we got 2,042 results.
Just for
so I'm not gonna go 103 pages, but you can see that it gives you lots and lots of options. So if you're you like a certain type of movie, awesome thing to do.
I'm definitely like a genre picker. Like it depends on my mood. Am I in the mood for something sappy? You know, I'll pick a drama. Or do I want fun? Then I'll do like sci-fi or action, or, you know, I like that. I don't want to go through a whole pile of stuff where half the movies I don't want to watch because most of them are drama and I want an action. I like being able to pick just action.
See, I'm a person that I'm watching what's trending. So I'm going to pull up the context menu, and this was one of his fixes this week. And again, people posted that there was issues with something, and he went and fixed it. So we're going to say info. This opens, looks like a EIM, extended info mod of some sort. And this is the Kodi version of it. It's not some fork. So you have play, trailer, you have your different options in there, and we roll down. I guess it doesn't. Let me look. Let me back up. Let me go to information. Go to the same thing.
See, there's information down below too, right? There's info and then there's information.
Yeah, I was looking for. I've pulled it up before where it actually pulled up the actors.
There you go.
But
Scroll
we can
down.
see. I did. I'm
Is that-
scrolling.
oh, there's no.
No,
Is there?
doesn't give me actors. But we can pull up the trailer, which that was another fix he did this week because people were saying the trailer's not working.
Yes, Crispy Shadow has 4K as well because it's RD. So if you set it for 4K content, it'll pull.
As long as the add-on can pull it.
Yeah,
if
he's
it's
asking
available.
if Shadow can.
Yeah.
And I said yes, it can.
Yeah.
If that movie has a 4K out.
Yep. And I think clear cache was one of the options that people asked for it to be here, put in here. He actually even added queue item, which I haven't used this. So let's say if you wanted to watch several movies in a row or several TV shows.
That'd be good for box sets.
Yeah, you can actually queue the episode or the show, and it would play one after another. I do know because it uses up next. Let me back up out of this.
Actually, where are you?
I'm going into TV shows.
Okay, sorry. No, I'm on your video and it's seconds behind, so
yeah.
it throws me off.
It's 15 seconds behind. So when I open up a TV show, if I wanted to, I actually posted. So let's say I go to Ozark, and I'm like, all right, I've already watched season 1 and season 2, and I go to here where it's wartime. I can start watching this, and at the end of wartime, it will load Civil Union. And at the end of Civil Union, it will load
autoplay.
Kevin, autoplay.
Actually, it's not even autoplay, right? Because autoplay, when it comes to this stuff, generally refers to not having to pick a actual link.
So
but
if
this queues them and plays them.
Yes. So in your settings, if you turn it on autoplay, like Blue says, if you turn on autoplay, let's take a look at that just for a second. So if I don't choose something, it's going to automatically do it. 3 seconds before the end of the episode, it's going to play. I can change this. So if I want to say I wanted 20 seconds before the next episode, and then it actually pops up 30 seconds before the end of the episode, it'll say play now. I can click it and play now. And I would want to, if I was going to be wanting the Netflix feel, if I wanted that, I would want to have
autoplay.
The autoplay on, the one click. I would want to have that turned on. If you don't want to, what it'll do is it will give you the links, and it'll say, which link do you want? So if you're wanting that Netflix feel, you turn that on. And again, that's it depends on what you want. It's not forcing you to use it that way, but it's what you want. Clear history was the other thing that he had on the thing that people had asked for. You know when you do a search? Let me back out. Hold on a second. Sorry, folks. Search history. I can actually, I haven't searched because this is on my computer. If I had done, you know how some add-ons will show you all your search histories? And some people want that because let's say they want to. Right.
I definitely do.
Right. You want your search history so you can click it and it pulls up exactly what you'd search for in the past.
Because it's fine and dandy when you're on a PC or if you have a keyboard, if you're searching for stuff, It's fine and dandy to retype it. But when you're like on a Fire Stick and you've got to go B to research for something that you were say, especially if it's a TV series and you were watching it the day before and you want to continue on. Well, first of all, throw it in your favorites.
Yeah.
But second of all, I like to have it right there.
Yeah. But he gave the option again. It was asked. That was a user request. Yeah. Can you clear the history? Because
and as you can see, like you said, Todd too. Like in the context menu, he also added the add to auto widget at the bottom.
That was one of the things he did this week. That was not in there this week, and that was requested. Boom, it was added. And he did some stuff in here with tracked into the context menu was not part of it. He did it. I mean, I can't knock the guy for as much as he does. He does. All right. I don't want to sound like a fanboy, but I know that I loved Midrail. I loved him because he had that community-based mindset.
Yep.
The guy that creates this add-on has a community-based mindset. He doesn't care if you fork this and you make it your own. You call it, you call it Abba Dabba Dabba. You call it whatever you want. Change the art, change everything. You don't even have to add him to the credits. He don't care. You take what he's got and you create something else, fine. He doesn't care. He has that community. Here's what I created. Can you make it better? That's his thoughts. If he falls short on something, he says, well, let me see if I can fix it to make people happy. He does that day in, day out. Anybody that's in his Telegram group sees that. You see it every single day. So you can't knock what he's doing. You can't. I mean, he has the closest to a community mindset that anybody I know. And no ego. You don't see him posting all over social media about give me praise, pat me on the back. Nope, you don't see it. He just does it. So if people request it, he does it. If it's something just crazy, maybe he can't ever do it. But if it's something that's going to make the add-on better, he's willing to do it. So major props to him, and props to all these people that create shit and don't they just do it for whatever. One of the things, like I said, you'll see that this last played up in future updates. You may see that it's the same color as the others. He may add color to things he changed, and I like
that idea so that you know to look at it.
Right. If you pulls up, let's say that he changes play trailer, you may see that highlighted because he made a change in the last few updates, or you may see something.
Because nobody ever reads the notes like that.
No.
Update notes. No.
There's no
other devs.
Well, yeah, unless you're a nerd like me or Blue, and we look at that shit, and it's like, all right. So let me see. What am I doing here? What's wrong with that? All right. So I didn't watch the chat. I don't even know what the hell people were saying.
And do you have AutoWidget installed?
I do on my that Aeon Nox skin. I do, which looks different than yours because it's Aeon Nox Silvo, not what you're.
No, but I mean, just look at his add-on because he also did updates this week.
Okay.
Before auto refresh was just at the bottom, but he's added some tools now.
And I will say this. All right, so Dave, and I love you, Dave. You're a skin Nazi, okay? Just like Blue is a grammar Nazi on me, and she will post whenever I post something incorrect.
Damn right I will.
And she will post it. All right, so the developer of Shadow, he's a developer. He does not see some aesthetics that other people see.
He just wants you to click it and play it really fast.
Exactly. And if anybody installed Shadow at the very first version, or even the first 4 or 5 versions, you guys remember it did not look anything like it does now. It looked completely different because you know what? His icons, he could give 2 shits about what the icons look like. Didn't care. He just like, here's an icon, here's an icon, here's an icon. That's all he cared about. Because his mindset or his focus is not towards certain things.
It's not on art. No, it's on the actual working add-on.
Yeah, he was looking at code, and he was looking at, does it work? That's what I'm looking at. So when I look at his add-on, and you and I have talked about it, and I'm like, could you improve on this because the aesthetics is better?
Yeah.
So, and again, a lot of it's different. And so again, he makes it. He does if things are pointed out to him, he improves it and fixes it. If it's not something on his radar, he doesn't even see it. Like I pointed out the thing about colors because you and I talked about that, Blue. It bothered me when it was like when I pulled it up on my TV, it's like yellow. I'm like, ugh, what the hell is this yellow? This yellow in the and he says, wait, I'm hearing you. Babe, what'd you change?
Nothing.
I'm hearing
me.
Yeah, I'm hearing you too.
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing me through you like a few seconds later. Hey, unmute yourself when you're going to talk. Not to be hateful. Something changed with StreamYard. There, okay?
I don't know.
I hear me again.
Can't blame me. I unchecked that thing a long time ago.
Watch. When I talk, you pulse. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. I didn't change anything. I haven't touched anything. I'm eating dinner.
StreamYard's is shit.
I haven't touched my computer in like 15 minutes.
I believe.
It's not even on my lap.
I believe. But now I'm hearing myself. I don't know if everybody else is hearing me.
I'm here.
I was just reading the chat.
Okay, so again, he just has a different focus. But if you set all that aside, you're not going to find a faster add-on than that right now. Blue said it. You click an add-on, if you have it auto one click, 6 to 7 seconds from the time you click it that you're watching a video. If maybe that's not your taste, maybe you want to see all the links. Fine, you can see all the links. That's why there's different add-ons for different tastes. If you watch it, like I said, if you put on one click, you put in your DeButcher information, one click, 6 to 7 seconds, bam, bam, bam. There is not, people have asked about, is there a TMDB helper player? No. Is there a extended info mod? See, you're echoing again.
No, you're echoing again. I'm just fine.
I'm echoing through you.
If you're not an autoplay person, you know what? Use TMDB helper. Set it up so that you can choose every single add-on that you have that have players, obviously. And it's awesome because then you can choose whether or not you want to autoplay Saren or autoplay Fen, or if you want to see links, or you want to, like, if you want to pick and choose, TMDB helper is awesome for that. Because now you have all of them at your fingers. Click the movie, little box pops up, pick the player or the add-on. Love it.
Well, StreamYard does have issues, and sorry, babe. You can unmute yourself when you have to talk, and I'll mute you because
I keep wondering why the fuck I keep. Oh, you dick! You're a friggin' dick. Somehow, though, honestly, it's not me. It's you, because I didn't touch anything.
Wait, it's not me if I'm hearing it when I'm talking.
It doesn't matter. I didn't touch anything, and all of a sudden, shit screwed up. That's you.
No, it's StreamYard is fucked up, is what it is. All right, so again, use it if you want. It's awesome.
Oben, no, right now there is a player for Shadow, it's working for movies but not for TV right now. But
hey, babe, can you take the show for a second?
No. The pressure, Todd. All right, does anybody have any questions? Because I ain't got nothing to talk about. And I'm going to wait 15 seconds for you guys to actually hear me. Yeah, no problem, hon. Sorry, big lap. Please don't thumbs down him just because of me. I think he pretty much only ever gets thumbs down when I'm on. I'm not sure why. Blue in the TMDB helper, it says sometimes Saren Smart Play or Saren Original Play. What is the difference? You know what? That I'm not 100% on, because there is Saren Smart Play, and there is Saren, basically where you can choose the links. I'm not sure what the difference is between Smart Play and just straight up Saren. I'm guessing Smart Play would be like autoplay, but I don't know. Might have to have a look. Hold on one second.
Sorry.
Yeah, no pressure on me there. Hun, you might actually know this. Okay, so actually, when I look at mine now, all I see is play with Saren, source select, or play with Fen. I don't see the smart play one, and I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just missing that player, but it's not part of the regular player pack. So I'm
Player
not sure.
pack as in TMDB helper?
Yeah, because you said something about in TMDB helper. It says Saren smart play or Saren original play. What is the difference? All I see is Saren, which if you have it set to autoplay, will then autoplay, and Saren select, link select, or whatever, source select. So it's up to you. Do you want to see the links or do you want it to autoplay? I mean, I usually just hit the autoplay myself, unless I'm having an issue with the link. If it sends me something that's Chinese or Spanish or something, then I'll back out and I'll pick my own link. But normally I'll try to autoplay it first. But Todd, do you know what smart play is? I'm going to go into their settings actually.
I thought. Hold on. I thought smart play was the autoplay stuff, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I thought that Saren was when I saw it. One quick question I saw that someone posted about real quick about Wacko. Wacko, no, you're not going to be able to play Shadow through Wacko because there's no player. You have to have a player. In open meta was the bridge between Wacko and Kodi. Open meta was. Open meta is done, so I don't know how that's all going to work out. I have not looked at Wacko in a month. I haven't looked at it, and that's been since open meta has been kind of done. So I didn't realize that open meta had been finished, and now you got TMDB helper. So I will have to look at Wacko now that open meta is done. I'll have to look at what they're doing, what his options are on that. Okay, go ahead, babe. If you need to talk, I'll stop for a second. Or she's still clicking. All right.
Or you keep muting me somehow.
I do. So I don't hear myself.
Okay, well, great.
No, go ahead. I'll pause whenever you're talking.
No, I had something to say, but I don't have anything to say anymore.
Oh, lover squirrel. One of the questions that Kevin has, can you turn off next up? Yes, I showed that in the setups. You can turn that off. So if you don't want next up, turn it off, and then you won't have that prompt for the next thing. So not a problem. If you don't want it, don't use it. Dave says only haters thumb down. I don't even, to be honest, I don't even pay attention to who thumbs up, who thumbs down. Well,
I said the only time you ever get a thumbs down is when I'm on, and it's just people that don't like me for whatever reason. And you know what? To that, I say get over it, because I don't even remember who the fuck you are anymore.
Yeah, I don't even worry about it. I mean, again, I do appreciate people thumbs up and this and that, but I don't know what you even gain from it. I don't know if it's because most of the times Kodi unmonetizes me anyways, or they limit me, so it really don't even matter. The main thing for me, and again for Blue also, is to just teach people. We want to teach people. That's all we're wanting.
And don't thumbs down just because we don't answer a question, because sometimes we miss it. So if we do, just put it in the show notes after there, like in the comments after, and Todd always answers back. So
I try. I do my best. Sidekick says, what's the real-debrid? What's with real-debrid downloading the server prompt with a link? I don't know about with a link. I do know that if it's not cached, it will say it's downloading it. I don't know about the link part, because I actually, on my resolver, I check the only cached. So if it's not a cached link, which means it's cached torrent, means real-debrid already has it on their servers. It just skips it. So if real-debrid doesn't have it, it just skips it. I tend to, that's what I have checked, turned on for my resolver settings. People have to decide. Well, hello, Touchstone.
DJ Theme says his shadow player is working with TV shows. Can we get a hold of that then, please?
Well, maybe that's the same one we've all been using. I don't know.
No, because it did not work for TV shows, and it's not like it just didn't work for a TV show. I tried multiple, so maybe somebody's fixed it and it's gotten passed along. You know what? If he can, is he in Telegram with us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Ask him if he can share it with you, then, honey, and then he can test it out.
Okay. Well, thank you, DJ. You know where to find me. Yeah, you're around there. You'll be able to find me. Send me that. Maybe that's the same one we've been using. I know that the developer of Shadow was going to look at it tomorrow. It is holiday weekend, folks. It's Good Friday. It's Passover. There is so many religions that are doing a lot of family stuff this weekend. So be patient. I know we're a impatient society. We want it now. But this holiday weekend. So if anybody is doing anything during this holiday weekend, count yourself blessed, because most people are not. If he does a player, if he looks at it, he will look at the player. I know he told me he was going to take a look at the player. Hopefully he'll be able to fix that. If he is, then it's in TMD helper and everybody's happy, because like I told him, the only thing people want is what they don't have. If someone has something, they don't care. But if they don't have it, then I got to have it. Crispy says, do I still have to authorize URL resolver and resolve URL, or just authorize directly from the... All right. So those are two different resolvers. One, the first one you spoke of, URL resolver, is, I don't want to say maintained. It's published by TVA.
Let's be clear here for a second, though. There are two URL resolvers. TVA has one, which is a clone of Resolve URL, and then the official Kodi repo has a URL resolver, which obviously doesn't have all of the same like resolvers as Resolve URL has. Okay, but just to be clear, some add-ons require URL resolver. You're not necessarily using that to resolve your links, because most of those add-ons also have resolve URL in it. So if you see URL resolver in your add-on, it doesn't necessarily mean it's from TVA. If you have zero, if you only loaded a couple of add-ons, chances are if that add-on required URL resolver, it grabbed it from the Kodi repo. So I kind of getting a little, no offense, Todd, but I'm kind of getting a little pissed off about people, URL resolver, TVA, blah, blah, blah. Kodi has one too. Kodi has one too. And 99% of the add-ons out there don't use it. They use resolve URL. And you'll notice that. Sorry, go ahead, Todd.
So yes, you would have to resolve, you'd have to authorize through both of them, because it's almost like two different services. URL resolver, resolve URL. Yes, you'd have to resolve it, or approve, authorize each one of those. If you have whatever DrInfernoo services you have to authorize it through both of them. Now, if you use...
Okay, sorry, I'm interrupting again for one more second. Now, most times when you go into an add-on, you're not going to know whether or not it's using URL resolver or resolve URL. You're just going to authorize your DrInfernoo, whether it's Premiumize or whatever.
Yep.
Right, Todd? Like,
that's true. I'm not hearing my hiccup. Well, no, I am again.
Okay, go ahead. But I mean, like, you don't know what they're using 99% of the time. And if you don't have TVA installed on your stuff, then it's not going to be the TVA one anyway. But 99% of add-ons use resolve URL still, except for Shadow, for example. He makes his own resolvers.
Yes, and that was my next point, that certain add-ons have their own resolvers. I know Saren does its own resolving, and Shadow does his own resolving. So even if you authorize URL resolver and resolve URL, and you put your DrInfernoo information in, and it said, okay, it's good to go. And then you open up Saren or Shadow, and all of a sudden it says, here's your new code. And you're like, wait a minute, I already put that in there. That's because they have their own resolver under, it's in a different folder. So once you authorize it through that, then it would work. So it used to be all under one, but now we've kind of broken up into different segments. And yes, Saren and Shadow do their own resolving. If you use Premiumized, Premiumize piggybacks, if I'm not mistaken, sorry for the developer if I say this wrong, piggybacks off the Nixgate Saren resolver. So if I'm not mistaken, his AutoWidgets and his Premiumize piggybacks off of Saren. So if you authorize in Saren, Shadow would work if you use Premiumized and AutoWidgets. But if you use real-debrid, it's its own thing because it'll pop up when you see it through real-debrid. It'll ask you.
Yeah, I had to authorize Fen, Shadow, and Saren all separately for Artie.
So yeah, we'll just have to see how that all works out, folks. I mean, that's how each of them works independently in their own ways. So hopefully that sorts you guys out on.
Well, it's really nice though to have people have their own resolvers. I think that's wonderful because then you're not having to rely on, for example, TVA and Jay Sergio being gone now. I mean, the guy that stepped in for him is doing a friggin' awesome job. But he, you never know how long somebody's going to be around. So it's good to have an add-on have its own because then as long as that add-on's sticking around, that the resolvers will be sticking around too. And I mean, you need the resolvers. If you didn't have resolvers, then you wouldn't have anything to watch.
Sorry, I had people messaging me. All right, so DJ, thank you, DJ. I will take a look at that. That looks like the one we were using before, but I know that Blue said that she tested it. So we'll see. Let's see. Tara says, "Hey, DaButcher, can you give us your opinion on TVA repo?"
Sorry, did he send it to you on Telegram? Can you send it over to me and I'll test it out, Todd?
Yes, ma'am. Can you give us your repo? I give two shits about the damn TVA repo. There are snakes in the fucking grass. They're here for they're clickbait. That's all they want is send you a fucking ad. So that's what my TVA, if you got TVA installed, get rid of it. Who wants to see Indigo every time you boot up your computer or your device? So that's Terror just trying to he's trying to instigate something. Yeah, so again, if you have a TVA, he's here. TVA is based to pull you to their website, to sell you a VPN or sell you a service, or to have you click on their website.
Or to have you donate to his legal fund.
That also. That is why they're here. They're not creating URL Resolver. It's not creating anything new. They copy what Resolve URL puts out. They take it, they just change the name, and they post it. They do nothing to it. Jay Sergio was on my show, a couple months ago. He said that. He said, if they added anything, I would have no problem with them posting it. He says, they add not a thing to what I post as my resolver fixes. He says they do nothing but just repackage it and post it as their own. He said that was what his problem was. He says, and he was on here. Go back a few shows and you'll be able to watch that shit. If it was a mutual sharing, that'd be great, but it wasn't. It was one-sided. And that's not Dabs talking. That's not Dabs being prejudiced because of history. That came from Jay Sergio himself. He said, if they added something, I would have no problem with it. All they do is copy and paste and package it for their own. That's my problem with them. And he was part of their crew. Creep broke off, and I ain't got to leave it. I'm gonna leave it alone. Leave it alone before I get my blood pressure up. All right, so I'm gonna change the subject because TVA's got my blood pressure up. I'm going to get some wine. Oh, I need another beer because I've had too many of these beers right here, and they are starting to kick in. All right, so folks, I want to talk to people about if you have an Nvidia Shield. My biggest gripe on Nvidia Shield is that you get the same shit every day. You look at the same menu, you look at the same thing every single day. Now, I'm not going to be able to share my screen. It's going to look like shit over here, but I'll turn it on. So I'm not as polished as some guys would, where they'd have a good camera close to my close to my stuff, but you know, whatever it is. So let's see if my hold on, I got too many remotes over here. So some bitch. Hold on a second here, folks. All right, let's see. I'm trying to see. All right, so that looks not as good as my my other YouTubers that would have a camera, a better camera, set at a certain distance from the TV. But what the fuck? So Sideload Channel 2, folks. I'm going to talk about that for a second. Again, no affiliate to them, no affiliation to them. They don't know who I am. So I am going to. All right, hold on a second. Let me share my screen. Let me post what I wanted to share. Well, it won't let me choose. So I don't want that. Hold on a second. And we're going to go dabs. Nara. Get off there, Kodi. All right. So I don't know if anybody has looked at Sideload Channel 2. If you've looked at Sideload Channel 2, if you want to customize your Nvidia Shield, this is some of the stuff these guys are doing. And again, you can see some little images. We're going to go click on some of this stuff. What these guys are doing is cool as hell to me. And I'm a bit geeky. So they've changed, this is the layout of their Nvidia Shield, and they'll have live TV. And I'm sure that when you clicked on this button, these are just screenshots. I'm sure when you click on movies, I bet you it loads a few links to what they want to do. And these are just, this is on Sideload Channel, their dump, where they're able to post pictures. Here's a picture of somebody where they've done this, where they've done the menu bar across here. Here's a guy that did like the background from New York City at night, which I actually used this as a background about 2 years ago. You can see the colors. One of the things I thought they did a real good job with is the color buttons are really, really close. They picked a pretty good color there. Here's one with Matrix look. This guy did Doctor Strange. He added the buttons. You can see the buttons over here on each side of it. I'm not sure what movie this is or TV show. I'm not sure what it stands for, but it's a crash plane. Thought it looked pretty cool with the little scratched icons. And one of the things they do with this is they actually create these buttons. These are images that they add to certain shortcuts. Here's one with the Marines. TV Zion is really big with a lot of cord cutters, I guess, because I see this in almost every one of them. I'm not a big fan of TV Zion, but seems to be very popular with the cord cutters. This one here, I thought was the most polished to me, where he matched the colors, and he basically, you add a background. Okay, so we add a background. So his background would be all this, and then most likely this bar and this bar and this stuff down here. And then he adds the buttons, and he added the buttons to match this chrome look. Very clean. And you could add it wherever you want. So if you're a person, let me back out of this, folks. Get rid of you. Get out of here. So if you're a person that is Sideload 2, is what and I have it on mine, and this is not even close to what these guys are doing. Believe me, I just bullshitted. I took like the stock background. You can't even see it. It's blurry, and I just added some groups. I added a streaming group. I added a gaming group, tools, YouTube, music, and you add the icons that you want. And that was one of the things I had an issue with Nvidia Shield. You can't change the background. You're stuck with the background. If you add Sideload, you can add a bar, but that's about it. That's all you could really add. This gives you a freedom to add it. Now, I could change where some of these icons are. For the most part, you can see the streaming, the gaming, the tools. They're basically on the left. But you're also able to change the location of that. If you're a tweaker or someone that wants to screw around with your Kodi device, your Shield, Sideloader 2 would be something to look into. I think it's less than $4. So for most of us, $4 isn't really even a lunch. If you want to mess around with that, $4 and look on Facebook. And I'll probably get in trouble for telling you what damn group it is. I did a search for Sideload Channel, and there's two different ones. There's one that you enter, and once you enter that, then you have to answer some questions. And then once you answer those questions, then you can actually go into their dump, which the dump is where I posted those pictures where people post their results or what they created. So take a look at that, folks. If you're a person that has an Nvidia Shield and you don't like the way it looks, that Sideloader 2 for $4 is really, really cool. I mean, it can create some really cool looks. Let's see. DrInfernoo says simple, easy. What did I miss? Did I miss what you said that was free? Let's see. Basically a custom. Yeah, it's a custom launcher. It's a custom launcher. And maybe you have an easier way. Maybe they have a free version, but it's for what you have, the options they give you. I can go down here to the bottom, and you can't see it. I don't think you can see it. All right, so I'm on the little cog, like is most of the time, and I want to do app or open admin settings. So then I can go through and I can add things, get rid of things, do all that kind of stuff. So you can get rid of it. You can add an icon. You can get rid of the icon. It's too bright in the middle, and I can see that the camera's not picking that up very well. Yeah, I'm sorry, Lou. But check it out. Sideloader 2 plus Side Launcher 2 would be something to check out if you're wanting to mess around with it. Later touchdown. Let's see. Hey, Nature Man, thanks for joining the show. DrInfernoo actually joined the show. Blue, are you on? Or not?
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at something.
You're looking at something.
Well, I can't talk, so.
I'm sorry. I've stopped talking. Let's see. So why don't you talk about what show we're talking about doing? Because I gotta go pee.
What do you mean? What show we're talking about?
The next show we're talking about. The next thing we're talking about creating.
Okay, sure. Go quickly. So what we're thinking about doing is Todd was talking about possibly on Wednesday nights is having a totally different show, which would be one where we'll pick a couple of movies to watch over the week, so you can watch them or don't watch them, but we're gonna do what we think of them. I guess we'll try not to give too many spoilers, but we're gonna discuss whether or not we like it. We're thinking about making it a panel of at least 3 regulars. And then if you've watched the movies, you can come on the show and talk about whether or not you liked it too. And then people can talk about it in the chat as well. And we were wondering if anybody would be interested in being on the show for that. Or Todd had originally said like 3 to 4 movies a week. And I don't even think I can do 3 to 4 movies a week. I'm more of a TV show girl. But I could definitely do 2. And then on Wednesdays, we could have some guests on and you could say what you liked, what you didn't like, if you thought it was ridiculous, if you thought it was fantastic. And then people can choose for themselves whether or not they want to see it. But it would be cool if we talk about, the week that we do it. At the end of the show, we'll discuss the next 2 movies we're going to watch. And then if you can watch them, it might make the show more interesting. Would you guys be interested in that, do you think? Just let me know in the chat group there. And maybe, too, what we can do is have you possibly suggest movies to watch for the next week. Because it doesn't have to be, like, good blockbusters. I mean, I'd prefer that myself. But, I mean, I'll watch something cheesy if I have to. Steve and I did watch The Gentleman, finally. Todd has been bugging me for, since it first came out. he knew I'd love it. So I watched it today, and oh my god, it was fantastic. I mean, I love Guy Ritchie. I think his movies are fantastic, like especially Lock, Stock, and Snatch. I wasn't crazy about his Sherlock Holmes, but I did like his King Arthur version, and The Gentleman was back in full fashion for him. Like smart, like I laughed a lot in it, and it's scary and it's violent and twisty turny. It was fantastic. But I have to say, Todd said his favorite character was Hugh Grant, and I have to say that my favorite character was Colin Farrell. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Who was your favorite character if you saw The Gentleman? That would be great if you let us know.
Steven
somebody
says
already
Hugh
said
Grant.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie is a genius, UK for sure. His stuff's just so smart. That's what it is. It's just really, really smart writing. Like I don't think it's for stupid people. I think if you watch The Gentleman, no offense, but if you watch The Gentleman and you didn't like it, it's possibly because you didn't get it. Todd, is that really rude of me to say? So in other words, if you're smart, you're gonna love it.
Well, I don't think you have to be smart.
You do with Guy Ritchie stuff. You do because it's quirky smart.
I think that you to super appreciate it, you do. But I think you could get away with liking it and not be as aware of all the stuff.
The whole, like I said, one of my favorite scenes was the guy, and he was Asian, and his name was Fuck, but it was spelled with a PH, so they were pronouncing it Fuck. And it's just, there's a scene with Colin Farrell when he's taking him out, and he's using another word that starts with an F, but he says it like Fuck as well, and I laughed out loud. Like, it was just shit like that smart stuff. I love that. No, Tara, I didn't say you were all stupid. I just said you're stupid. Not everybody.
Hey, babe, do me a favor. Leave the chat and come back.
Oh, for
And
fuck's
see,
sake.
let me see if it fixes it. Because I hear myself. Yeah, that movie, I'm sorry, it's in my top 5. It is my top fucking 5 of movies. It's just, it is. And like she said, the writing is so good in it. Watch it the second or third time, it's even better. Echo, living room lights on. It's even better. It's classic. But so like she said, hold on, let me see if she's fixed or it's sorted. All right, baby. Yeah, I don't hear myself.
Or do you?
No, barely, but not really.
All right.
No, I don't.
Well, thank the Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh, thank you, Lord. See, I can kind of hear myself once in a while. I hear like, but not really.
And
But
Tara,
yeah,
I was just kidding, honey. I don't think you're stupid at all.
but I do think that, and I talked to you, and you were semi lukewarm on the idea of doing a review show.
I just will not. I can't commit to watching 4 different movies in a week, every week.
Okay, so we need to
I
come
could
up.
do 2. I could do 2 movies,
Okay.
but not 4. 4 is a little much. And I was thinking it'd be good at the end of the show. Okay, when we do our first one, like we'll talk about. You can send out whatever to people and let them know what 2 movies we're watching, which means if they can watch them too, that'd be great. But maybe at the end of each show, 2 people can make suggestions for the 2 movies for us for the following week.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Great. I mean, because to me, it's about you and I have talked about that. I have more interaction. We have more interaction with the people on the side chat because I'm be honest with you. It's like pulling teeth to get people to come on this panel.
I think they're just shy, though. That's why.
Well,
I know.
yeah.
I'm still shy when I'm on here.
Whatever.
I am.
You are. I know. That's why you're drinking wine.
It's totally true.
I think that a lot of times it is like pulling teeth, and people are like, why don't you have so-and-so on? Why don't you have, so many people are so reluctant to come on because they're nervous that they might say something wrong or whatever the reasons it is. And when I love the interaction with the side chat because that's the only interaction that sometimes we can get because Blue and I are talking. And once we get done talking, we have to look at the chat. And if there's no questions, we're kind of screwed. So my
That's why
thought
it's
was
good.
is
It's
that
why it's good you make lists.
yeah, and I definitely keep. I definitely have a whole list of shit I need to talk about each time. Hold on, my damn microphone. If I mess that damn volume up, it's all of a sudden I can't hear you. But my thought was is that if we have the talking about TV shows or movies, and even if we add some TV shows, that's fine too. But my thought is that we've had more interaction with the people on the side chat when we talk about a movie, because guess what? Those people have seen the same movie we've seen.
Yeah, that's actually, I mean, and that might be an easy thing to do too, is because of Kodi and stuff. You can always see what's out latest, like what's just come out this week, which is kind of cool. And most people are going to watch it because it's something new to watch. It's so we don't necessarily maybe have to pick at the very end of the show, but because something may come out on a Tuesday, which kind of sucks, but it would be good to plan it ahead of time so that the more people that can watch it as well, then more opinions we have, the better, I think.
You'd have to either follow me on Twitter, and that's not that's not a follow me on Twitter. You'd have to follow me on Twitter to where I could post that, hey, the group is going to watch this movie, so that we can talk about it. But we'd have to at least all have watched the movie. Definitely the panel would have to watch the movie.
Yeah.
And then hopefully the users would watch it so that we can all chime in. Now, one of the questions was, would it be spoilers or non-spoilers? I think DrInfernoo asked that.
I think non-spoilers as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, but I think you can't.
Okay, wait. Are you going to say, sorry, but yes, spoilers are coming, and if you haven't seen it, then don't watch it until after you've watched the movie?
Yes, because if we're talking about a movie, or if you and I, let's say we were going to talk about Gentlemen.
Yeah.
So I'd
love to talk about it.
If we're going to review The Gentlemen, we'd have to review the whole movie. We'd have to discuss good, bad, what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it.
Yeah, that's true.
There's going to be spoilers in there, especially if you get towards the end of the movie. And so you would have to say, disclaimer.
Yeah, don't watch it until you've seen it.
Right. That would have to be I posted in my Telegram group, hey folks, who would like to be part of this? I would really like to have 3 people locked, to be honest. And this is me talking. I think 3 people locked that are they're your base.
Well, especially because then you'll get at least you're going to get it won't be even, one likes, one doesn't like. You can get 2 hated it and 1 liked it. So then you're like, okay, wait a minute. Does that mean that it was really bad because 2 people out of 3 didn't like? You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. But then I also think if you open up 1 to 2 slots of, I want to say, a pitch hitter or a variable or a guest, for sports, because we got no fucking sports right now. Like that alternate, that person that may step in on a 1 week time, say, you know what, Dabs, I can come in on this week and I can come in and talk this week, but I can't do it every week, and give that different view. You and I have talked about it. I would love to have some people, and I mentioned it in my Telegram group, and not a single person said they would be willing to do it. No, I didn't see a single person.
I think Tan said he would.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right. I would take Tan. Now, Tan likes every damn movie.
Tan likes everything, though. Yeah,
he likes everything. I'd have to ask Tan what movie he don't like.
Yep. Tan likes everything.
Yeah. So you got to have a mix, and I don't want to have everybody that likes the same movies. I don't want to have And one of the other suggestions in the group is maybe TV shows. I'm not opposed to that. My idea is that I see more interaction with my viewers when we talk about something that you can react with, because sometimes when we talk tech talk, nerd talk, Kodi talk, that may be above some people's heads, and they're like, I don't know what the fuck Dabs is talking about or what Blue's talking about. Whereas if we're talking about a movie, did you like it or not like it? Did you like this actor or not that actor? You have a definite opinion on that. And that would be a great way of having that interaction back and forth. My thoughts.
The only thing is with if it comes down to TV stuff, I mean, maybe it would be good, especially for Netflix stuff, where you can binge watch a whole season in a weekend. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it'd be really hard to say Walking Dead because I haven't seen the last few seasons.
Yeah.
That's a lot of seasons, but
yes,
like Altered Carbon season 2 just came out. That would have been a good one to talk about because you can binge watch it because it's 8 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to have some ground rules, and again, I was brainstorming. I was not. I was just spitballing, and
Well, I
Blue
think
and I
maybe
were talking.
if we can give as much like heads up, so that you have a whole week to watch this stuff, then it'll be definitely more exciting for you guys. I mean, our opinions might be complete garbage, and you could disagree like 1,000%, and that's fine. But we want to hear what you have to say about it too, or we want to hear about like maybe there's a part that I loved that you thought was ridiculous or something. Like it's kind of neat to get everybody's opinion on it.
Yeah, and Kyle, all right, Blue, we talked about this because we talked about that. There's some weeks because the reason why I said a review show because I don't want to review movies, but I want to review what's available to us as better for lack of better terms, pirates for that's available to us. So there's things that are available to us that are not available to people that know nothing about APKs at Kodi, whatever, Plex. So there is a certain group of films, TV shows that are available to us that are not available to other people. And I thought that would be great if we could find that niche. And Kyle brings up a point, and you and I talked about this. We could always throw in some classic movies.
I love that idea.
And I told you, I said, what if we said, like the people that are on the panel said, you know what, this is my favorite fucking movie. And you know what movie that I would, well, you have an idea of a couple movies that I would say. But that if say time ran quick and we ran through the new movies and there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
That we would talk about, say, Blue's favorites or Dab's favorites or whoever else is on the panel's favorites. We'd talk about some classic movies. For me, would be Cool Hand Luke, or
for me would be Color Purple.
Color Purple. I mean, I've seen Color Purple no less than 5 times.
Yeah, I've seen it like probably 30 times, I think.
So I could say what I liked and didn't like about that movie, what pluses and minuses of that. So again, this is just something that I was spitballing, and me and Blue were just talking one day when I was driving home. I was like, what do you think about this idea?
The best part was when you were trying to come up with a name for the actual show, and I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God.
So I don't want it
No TK, not Purple Rain.
No. I don't want it Dabs. And I don't want Duh to be part of the name. I don't want Blue to be part of the name, no offense. I want it to be something.
There's no offense taken there.
I want it something.
To do with movies.
I told you, pick or pass. That was one of the ideas that I had.
Pick or pass. Yeah.
But then I thought, was someone thinking about their nose?
Oh yeah, that's gross.
So do you pick the movie or pass on the movie? I don't know. So people can hit me up. You can hit me up on Twitter. You can hit me up wherever. But my idea is that I'd like an idea for the show. Spitballing again, just off the top of my head. I told Blue Wednesday evenings was great for me. Tuesday or any other evenings, I'm hit and miss. Mondays maybe are pretty safe, but if I get to any other evenings, we get past 5 o'clock, we lose the Europe.
Okay, people, yeah,
we lose them because you got to remember they're 5 to 6 hours ahead of us, so we lose them. So if you have a cool name for the show, hit me up, hit Blue up.
Okay, so when are you thinking about doing this then? Starting when?
Week to week and a half. If we can pull a couple people that would say, you know what, I'd be willing to be on your show on a regular, or I'd be willing to be on your show on a semi-regular. And I want people that watch movies and can explain why they like or don't like a movie. I don't want, oh, that movie sucked. Why? Well, because it sucked.
Yeah.
That's,
Well, yeah.
that's
Why
not
did
a
it suck?
fucking example. That's not an example. And you don't have to show your face. So again, our regular viewers, we have, I'd say 30 to 40 people that watch this show every single week, no matter what. We got 63 people watching right now. And that's at 2 hours and 15 damn minutes. So we have 30 people that watch this stream on a regular. How many of them people would say, you know what? You can count me in to be a movie critic, to give my opinion, my thoughts on that particular movie or TV show, whatever it is we're talking about.
But just prepared for me to tell you that I think you're an idiot. Just be prepared for that.
And I'm okay with that.
And you can tell me I'm an idiot too. It's okay.
Because you watch the anime and I just can't do anime.
I know. Now, everybody's got different tastes and stuff. And some people think Kristen Stewart is like the best actress in the world. And I think she's garbage.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how many times do I watch my reality TV and you're like, oh, but you know what?
That friggin' Tiger King. I'm not fucking watching that bullshit.
Well, but you watched Deadliest Catch.
Yeah, you made me though. You made me.
But you're like, oh, let's watch the next
No, then I like that though. Yeah. But I won't watch it alone. Somehow I don't like watching that crap alone. But I'll watch it with you because you're usually laughing the whole time. Or
I'll make it fun.
Yeah, that's true.
So again, folks, hit me up on Twitter, on Telegram. I will post my Telegram group again in the show notes. That would be the notes below the show more. See, I've had too many 15-16s.
Yeah,
I need one more hummingbird, and I'll be right.
Yeah, guys, you'll see right underneath his name, obviously, and it'll have a bunch of words. Like it says, I know we will discuss changes in AutoWidget. I know we will discuss changes in AutoWidget and Shadow. And then right underneath that, it says show more. And if you click it, it'll expand.
See, I just need you to talk because people, like Dick says, people listening when you talk. They don't listen when I talk.
Yeah, that's true. Look, hey, look, you already got 3 thumbs down. You're welcome, honey.
Oh, babe, I'm on usually just 1 or 2.
Does it really matter, though?
I
know I don't give a shit on my videos.
I already know the 2 people that probably hate me. There's lots of people that hate you.
For some reason, Darren seems to have a problem with me. He keeps saying ignorant shit in there. He got timed out by somebody for me. Thank God. For 300 seconds or something like that.
All right. So, again, if you'd like to, if this is something, again, the show about and my thoughts is Wednesday evenings. Babe, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Wednesday evening?
Yeah.
5 o'clock?
Sure.
All right. So we're throwing it out there that it possibly could be 5 o'clock. And my thought is that we would post what the shows or movies that we would cover. And we would cover those movies.
So let's plan for, not this Wednesday because it's kind of too close. Let's give everybody a whole week to watch movies.
So that would be the 22nd.
So maybe on Wednesday, you could do a quick one of these.
Yeah.
And you can tell everybody what movies we have planned for the week. And then that'll give everybody a chance to watch them.
And maybe we talk about an older movie.
Or maybe we talk about The Gentleman.
We talk
that
about
was really good.
Yeah, I told you that was a fucking awesome movie. Hey, folks, you're watching my show. Watch The Gentleman. That is in my top 5 of movies.
It's fantastic. It totally is. I'm going to watch it again.
Watch it the second time. You'll enjoy it more the second time. And then when you get done with that, watch Cool Hand Luke. But, yeah, we'll talk LG. Yes, 5 p.m. Because, again, that works. That is on the late end of the UK folks. But it's early for the East Coast folks and way early for the West Coast folks. So,
yeah.
And again, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Telegram. I would love to have some more people on the show. Claire, if anybody would like to be on the show, I would love to have some different opinions. I don't want someone that hates every movie. I don't want to have someone that loves every movie. I want to be able to be objective. I want you to be objective to the movies.
Exactly. So. UK, He wrote, "We gonna fall out over Tiger King?" No, we're not. We'll be just
Tiger
fine.
King was fucking awesome.
I can't. It's not my cup of tea.
She ain't watched
You
it.
you guys go ahead. I've never said, "Oh, you're an idiot for watching that," have I? No,
No.
that's your thing. Go ahead and watch it. But am I gonna watch it? No, I'm not. And just like if I have stuff and I tell Todd he should watch it and he doesn't watch it, whatever, doesn't matter.
I'll just be quiet, and you'll be like, "Yeah, I know something's odd that he's quiet."
No, you go ahead, watch whatever.
Yeah, Tiger King. It is the trailer park TV show that everyone needs to watch, because if you like trailer park reality crazy shit, you need to watch it because it is crazy ass shit.
No Rabbit. I think is that supposed to be Jojo Rabbit, Peter?
Jojo Rabbit.
Because that was fantastic.
Oh, Jojo Rabbit. We'll talk about Jojo Rabbit because Jojo Rabbit, I thought I would hate it, and I loved it. That's just a snippet, folks. Just a snippet of what. But again, it's hit me up with folks who, if you guys would like to be on the show, if you think it's a great idea. It's just a brainstorming. Blue is Blue drunk? I don't think Blue's drunk. I think Dab.
I think Darren's drunk because Darren's just being an idiot all night.
Is he?
Yeah, he's being mean. Somebody turned off the thing for 300 seconds there.
Darren's usually pretty nice.
No, he was insulting me enough that another admin turned him off for 300 seconds.
Darren, don't be fucking with my damn woman, because that's the woman I'm gonna marry one day. Just watch it. So, all right, folks. All right, so that's our ideas. That's our show. That's anything you want to finish up, babe?
No, Steven, you hated Jojo Rabbit? What? That was funny as hell and sweet.
It had everything. It had everything. But we'll talk about that on a real show. That could be on show 1. We could talk about that because that's been out for a fucking month and a half, 2 months.
Okay, maybe we'll do that. Jojo Rabbit. Watch it. Everybody watch. There we go. We got 2 movies right there. The Gentleman and Jojo Rabbit.
All right, I'm writing that down because I'm not going to remember later.
Those will be the first 2 movies. So not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. So what do we have? 10, 11, 12.
That's a lot of damn time. That's too much time.
The 21st? Does that sound right?
Yep. 22nd.
Is the Wednesday?
22nd is the Wednesday.
Okay, perfect. April 22nd. First show on movie reviews.
Yeah, and we have
got to watch those. It's like you're in class. You're in film school, and you have to watch those 2 and get graded on them.
And we got to figure out a name for the show too, because we ain't figured that out yet.
Well, if anybody has suggestions, we're definitely taking them.
Yeah, because she don't like any of my suggestions. Miss Blue, what do you got to finish up the show with? So that before I finish,
absolutely nothing. Thanks for coming out, guys. Hope you learned something new. Hope you enjoyed watching Todd drink lots of beer.
Yeah, I need another one. Because I'm at that point where George Thorogood says, when your mouth is dry, you're plenty high. I'm just at that point. And I fixed my dinner.
Yeah. Oh,
so
Terror, he's going to still have his normal show on Fridays. It's just in a week and a half from now on a Wednesday, we'll do the movie reviews thing.
Yep. It's going to be you're correct. It's going to be a different show. I don't want to have it on here. And all right, Steven, I don't want to call it Something Matters. I don't want to call it Kodi. I don't want to call it Streaming. I want it something separate. And like I said, my first thought was pick or pass. So if you pick or pass the movie, that was just...
Okay, maybe something like that, but not pick or pass. Let's find better words for that.
Let's find better words for that.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, and I said, what about Pirate's
Kick-ass,
Choice?
You could call it kick ass and sucks balls.
Oh, I don't know about that one. That one wouldn't work. That wouldn't work so good for Kodi. All right, so thanks for everyone watching. Thanks for everyone tuning in, and we'll see what happens. Again, this was something that actual show was just something I was knocking off the top of my head. Her and I were talking, and I thought I have more interaction with people, and I love the interaction of the side chat, the people that are just watching. Right now, we've been at 2 hours and 24 minutes, and I got 60 people watching. What the hell? I mean, those are the people. that are the loyal people that are watching, that are, I
Todd,
want
tell
to,
them you love them. You know you wanna.
no, I didn't say that. So one of the other future
He
things
loves
in
you. He loves you all.
Fire Guru TV, I hope to have a show, and this was off. This is not even talk to Fire Guru TV, but I thought about, I would love to have a Stream and Matter show talking to Fire Guru TV about that Kodi Fork, Kodi Spork. He calls it Kodi Spork, where you can make a Kodi fork of Kodi. You make a fork of Kodi. So that's something in the future, and I will hit him up and see what I can do. Let's see. iRacing. I didn't even get to talk about iRacing, y'all.
Well, go ahead and talk about
Damn.
it now.
No, it's fucking 2.5 hours. We gotta
Oh
fucking
my
end.
God, honey, your last show was like 4 fucking hours. Go ahead,
Okay.
talk about it.
So, all right. So, folks, all right. I'm Southerner. I love me some racing. I have raced in a NASCAR. Well, not raced. I drove a NASCAR. So I guess I got in a car and I rode around the track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I got 8 laps in one of their cars and got to do it. So I've been a fanboy of NASCAR for a long time. And iRacing has become very popular. Most of the NASCAR F1 guys, the Outlaw guys, the Infinity guys have started to go into virtual racing and doing it online and watching it. That is one of my really cool things that is, I don't know, you watch these guys racing, and I watch the real guys racing. Well, Dale Earnhardt retired, but he's racing. But Kyle Busch, who is my favorite driver at the moment, he's doing it every week. And they're racing against other guys, and it's live. You can watch it online.
Okay,
or
hold
watch
on.
the replays.
They're racing what? They're not racing cars. They're racing what exactly?
They're on computer racing in a video game.
Cool.
So it's, but the virtual thing, if you've ever, I raced 10, 15 years ago on Papayas Racing, which was Sierra first started it, and then it went to Papayas or Pyrus. It was so detailed, and now even iRacing's even more detailed with the exact tracks. And you can do, if you're a person into Indy, if you're a person into F1, if you're a person into IROC, if you're a person into Outlaws, if you're a person into any type of racing, they almost have it. It's like so many lists, and you can race the actual track and race against other people. So I would say major, if you're a nerd like me into racing in Southern, or maybe even in Europe, and you like F1
My dad liked racing, and he was Canadian, so it's everywhere.
It's the racing is so cool, and the guys.
Okay, quick question for you, Todd.
Yep.
How do people watch it?
So you can watch it. You can watch it on YouTube, or you can watch it. Go to iracing.com, I think. Let me look it up. I know
and when is it? Is it at the same time every week?
It's all the time, depending on which type of racing you're wanting to watch. Because you can go to iracing.com, and depending on what type of series you're wanting to watch. Because, all right, so let's say for off the top of your head, all right, so Americans like NASCAR, you like Infinity, which is the old schoolers would call it Busch cars, or you would call it or truck racing, or Outlaws. Do you remember seeing the dirt track and the guys had that big, long, tall wing, and they just basically slide around the ring? That's outlaw racing.
I just remember Crash 'em Up Derby there.
Correct. Well, Demolition Derby's fun too. So I'm gonna glance at cars. So we have Gander Outdoors, which is a truck series. You have the Monster Truck series. You have the Winlam truck series or car series, which is, it's a car that has its wheels set off to the side, which is a dirt track. Then you have K&M Pro Series. I know I saw the road courses are supercars, the Indy car, or no, Audi cars, McLaren, BMWs. I guess this is the cars themselves. But they race. I mean, if you're into whatever car, if you're into the GTR series. GTRs where it's like all GTRs. They're racing those around there. And it is so, I don't know. I'm a nerd in the racing of stuff, so I love the racing. And so maybe check into it, folks. It's iRacing. I'm scared to get into it too much because Dabs will have himself a steering wheel and a pad. I'm going to have pedals. And next thing you know, Dabs is into it for $1,000 because Dabs will probably need a rig to sit in.
Okay, so
I'll need a seat.
Donnie just said esports.
Yeah.
I started 23 years ago on YouTube, but actual race car drivers weren't doing esports back then, were they?
Not back then.
They're doing it now.
They're doing it now because guess what? There's no fucking options. So
as cool as esports is and watching racing, now you're actually watching race car drivers doing esports.
Right. And I think Saturday nights, they have Saturday night races or something. That's when you see Jimmy Johnson, you see Kyle Busch, you see all the real NASCAR guys racing the track that would have been that week because we're not doing NASCAR week. Like they raced Bristol last week. So they were racing Bristol, and it wasn't 500 miles. It was like 150 miles. So they had numerous pit stops and this and that. But I want to say Dirty Mo is Dale Earnhardt's channel. You can look that up. And he does interviews with the guys, and he also does after the race. I want to say clips because they compress the race to like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So where you see the guy racing, and Kyle Busch's rig, $82,000 for his rig with force feedback seat. To when he goes in the corner, his seat leans. He's
cool.
No, he's got the screen, and then he has the screens here. He has the roll bars. He has everything. He has a spotter. He has a spotter that's watching third person's perspective that's saying, there's a car on your outside. There's a car on your outside. All right, 1, 2, 3, you're clear. I mean, Kyle Busch has got the money, so, money's not really an issue for him. But his rig, $82,000. Junior Johnson. Well, no, Junior Johnson. No, Jimmy Johnson racing. Junior Johnson's dead. But some of these guys, Jimmy Johnson, his rig is a steering wheel hooked to like a desk in front of his couch. That's Jimmy Johnson racing. He's racing it, but he's racing in with those groups. But different. Dale Earnhardt, I haven't seen his rig, but I guarantee it's not cheap.
I was hearing about, did you say something about the fact that before they let an actual guy race after they competed against him in this? But see, the difference between that, e-racing is fine and dandy, and some guy kicks Kyle Busch's ass. But that guy's not scared of dying because he's sitting in a fucking chair or on his couch. True. Whereas Kyle Busch, when he's in a car normally, like every time you race, you could die. So it's like the mindset's probably totally different between the two. You know what I mean?
True. But there was, you're right. You and I talked about that. There was a guy that was an iRacing. He was I don't want to say a phenom. He was very good at iRacing. He got a spot on a NASCAR team because of his popularity or his experience on iRacing. They gave him an opportunity to race on the racetrack.
Because you know what? I'm pretty good with a sniper rifle in Call of Duty, but that doesn't make me a fucking sniper.
That's true. But yeah, it's if you're a person that likes racing, and I don't care if it's just NASCAR truck, F1, IROC, there's so many series. iRacing, if you look it up, if you're a person that likes it, there is some really cool stuff, and they got a 50% off right now. I looked at it, and Dabs was this close to spending $100 for 2 years, and I could race all I want in their series. Now, I couldn't race with Dale Earnhardt, of course, but I would be able to play. I would download the game and be able to play it for $100 for 2 years. It's kind of like a World of War Tanks. You're able to play it for a certain price, but I guess World of War Tanks is free for everybody. But if you wanted the perks, you paid the extra. But iRacing, if you're a nerdish into all those kind of games, you might want to check into it.
See, I mean, if I had a $82,000 rig that made me feel like I was actually in it, I'd be friggin' doing it for sure. Because, I mean, I like fast cars, and I would love knowing I'm not going to die. I would definitely be up for that.
You're right. The reality of that you may die is that would be definitely a thing. But, I mean, I raced in a NASCAR. They're at Charlotte Motor Speedway, 8 laps around there. I got up to 170, 169 miles an hour. I've skydived. Skydiving is so adrenaline pumped. Skydiving is awesome. When I got out of the car racing at that speed, that race in the race car edged out skydiving because the feel. And when you're in that car and the power of the car, you can feel it. When you punch the gas, you feel it. When you go in the corner and it's like this, you feel it. The G-forces, you feel it shoving you in the seat. It edged out skydiving, but not by a lot. I would say, I mean, if I had to pick between the two, I would skydive if I could take Blue. If Blue didn't want to go, I'd go NASCAR driving.
I'm going skydiving. I don't know what you're talking about. I'd go NASCAR driving too.
Yeah.
I'm not a normal girl. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a tomboy.
Yeah, it's. But people don't until you go and do something like that and you actually feel it. I used to think that NASCAR guys, I'm like, what an easy fucking job. Truly, that was what I thought. Easy job. Yeah, you race once a week. Whatever. How many hours you race? 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever. And I got in the car and I went the first lap, whatever, it was easy. I got into the second corner and at that time I was doing about 120 and I came into Charlotte. And if you're in a racetrack, all right, they're leaned like this. Just the straightaways lean like that. When you go in the corner, that's leaned like that. And that is no exaggeration. When you go in the corner, it is leaned like that. I went into the first corner. I thought, I'm going to hit the fucking wall. That was in the back of my mind. I'm going to hit the fucking wall because when you go in, you're thinking there's no way the car is going to stick. And I got to turn like this, right? I go in and the car just it almost like if you've raced a car, you remember back in the race car?
It's centrifugal force.
It is, but the car like sits in a track, like I remember like a little race car track. It just goes boom, and it almost sits there. And I'm turning the wheel. I'm like, holy shit! I'm going 120 miles an hour, and I'm not sliding up the track, hitting the wall. And then I was like, okay. And when I went into turn 3 at 150, I was like, I got this. And I went in, and the car stuck, and I was like, okay. And then it was on. Then I was like, fuck, the foot's to the floor. And the guy's like, all right, you can only go this much. He tells you, the spotter on your radio tells you how fast you can go. And I got up to right at 170. And
Jesus, that's miles per hour. Like, I mean, I'm Canadian, so I'm not even sure what that is. 250?
It's something.
Hold on, I got to look that up. Okay, what did you say? How much? 170?
170. It was like 169, 168, I think is what my paper says. Redneck says left turn.
273 kilometers an hour. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, the fastest I've ever gone kilometers an hour was 200. And that was on the back of a motorcycle.
And that was straight.
That was straight on a highway.
Yeah, the straight didn't bother me. It's when you looking at a corner and you're looking down the racetrack, and I mean you just see the racetrack, the road's like this because the road is kind of angled, and then when you see the wall, when you see the corner, no lie, the corner looks like this. When I was at Charlotte, and the corner looks like that, I'm thinking I'm gonna fucking hit that, and it's like hitting a wall. I'm thinking, boom, I'm gonna
bounce off it and go flying over the crowd.
And yeah, and there's nobody there, but nobody's in the stands.
No, but you know what I mean, though, like the stands.
Yeah, and it's like the car just went boom and just locked right on that white line. Which, all right, so I'm going maximum 169, 170. The NASCAR guys at that racetrack do a little over 200, and I'm thinking, I can't imagine the mugs. And then, all right, so not just the speed, Let's add 41 cars around you.
Yeah.
I've got to pay attention to who's in front of me, who's beside me, who's behind me, who's trying to pass me. And I'm going to the corner and I got to hold the line because with one of the corners, I did go a little fast. I rode high. I went and I was scared to turn the wheel too much. Like I turned the wheel and then I was scared to turn it more because I was scared it was going to turn loose, break loose. So I kind of held the top like this. So I rode high coming out of the corner. And the guy said, stay low. And I was like, oh shit. And I'm thinking, if I was a NASCAR guy going 30, 40 miles an hour faster, and I got a guy on my outside, and I can't go any higher. So I had a whole different respect, folks. Redneck says, I had my car at the Watkins Glen. And Watkins Glen's a completely different beast because that's left turns, right turns, uphill, downhill. It's a road course.
Robin is racing. Oh my God. Is that friggin' that was Robert Duvall in friggin' Days of Thunder.
Hey,
Robin is racing, son.
It is, man. When you're beside somebody, like, that's called side drafting. I'm side drafting, motherfucker.
Oh my God, we might have to actually do that at that movie at some point. Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder. That's right down my.
We could do. You know what? We could do sometimes theme movies. Like we can do a couple different car ones. We could either do Ford versus Ferrari with that one, or we could do that stupid Stallone one, or Stallone. The one, oh shit, what was it called? It was one word, Rush.
Rush was that was a good movie.
That was a great movie.
Good movie.
Days of Thunder. Got a little Nicole Kidman action in that.
All right. So, all right, we'll go ahead and finish up because I've dragged this on for 20, 40 more minutes than what we needed to because I got to get my dinner going.
Hey, JJ, thanks for monitoring the chat for me. Appreciate that, buddy.
Is JJ an admin? I didn't know I had him. All right, cool.
Yeah,
well,
he is because he was muting people.
Thank you, JJ.
Thank you, JJ.
Dabs gets talking and get too excited, and I'm oblivious to whatever y'all are doing.
But you know what, though? It's cool because, I mean, I didn't know about that, e-racing. Like, I mean, I knew about e-racing. I didn't know that professional race car drivers were e-racing now because of that. I think that's friggin' cool.
Yeah, look it up. It's iRacing.
Oh, iRacing, sorry.
iRacing. But it is part of esports.
If you started seeing friggin' NBA players playing NBA games on friggin'
They are.
Twitch.
They are. I saw a thing about it. They're doing a tournament, and since you brought it up, I'll talk for a second. I listen to ESPN. I'm a fucking I'm a sports nerd. I'm a sports nut. And so they are doing a tournament where they're doing 2K sports or 2K NBA. NBA 2K? It's NBA 2K. And they're playing it, and it's the actual NBA players are playing against another NBA player, and they're like in a round of 16, and they're having to work their way down. And it's they're doing that because these guys have nothing else to do. And I listened to that the other day. I haven't watched any of that because I don't know, NBA. I like NBA watching it.
See, Mandy's saying that NFL players are too.
Oh, I haven't seen that either. Oh, I have to look that up. Yeah, so I know the NBA, and the NBA is actually offering, now he talks about the horse contest. That is going to be what they're talking about with that is there will be NBA players at different locations.
Is that like back in the day when you used to play against somebody and you have to spell it out?
Well, you'd have to do whatever they're doing.
You get no. You get
yes. But let's say LeBron James says, "Okay, I've got a shot." And it's not just a shot from the three-point line. He's like, I'm going to do a shot where I got to bounce it off the floor, catch it, do a 360, and put it in. Well, that's an exaggeration, but I'm just saying you got to pull off his shot. And they're going to do a horse contest is what they're talking about, but it'll be in different locations. So each person would be in a different location. But it would be live or somewhat live, I guess. But they're talking about that. It hasn't happened yet. They're still working out logistics of that part, but I know the iRacing has already started.
And why can't they just do slam dunk competitions and shit like that? They can totally do that. Wipe everything down. No, but I mean real life ones. I can wipe the shit down, wipe the ball down, give it to another dude.
Because you got to fly there. You can't fly there. You can't fly there. You can't be together. There's no hotels open.
That's too bad.
So we can do it from our court. That's the horse. It's going to be, hey, I have my, because how many basketball players have a court in their house or access to a live court? And they're going to be able to pull a shot off from my court. So
that's friggin' funny.
I don't know. It's, I'll tell you folks, this pandemic has been bad in a lot of ways. You know,
and kind of cool in some others.
But they're creating new things. This iRacing esports thing is really taking off. And iRacing is offering 50% off right now. And you don't think they're doing that because NASCAR and whoever's showing this on YouTube and people are watching it? I mean, they're being smart. I mean,
yeah, they are.
Yeah, you can't knock them for it.
All right, it's like working from home. I mean, if you can work from home, great. Good for you.
Knock you up. So let me close up the show because we've been at 2 hours and 45 minutes. I need to eat my dinner. I know I don't have pizza tonight. I actually have a roasted chicken that I fixed earlier tonight. Dabs has already been thinking ahead of this mug. I just got to warm it up and I'm ready to eat. Thanks for everybody watching. Thanks for Blue. Thanks for showing up. I mean,
you're welcome, honey.
I can count on you to be on here. And
yep.
Hang out with
me. Yep.
Yeah.
You know I'd do that for you.
I know you would, but I don't want to put pressure on you.
I know that. It's okay.
So thanks for everyone joining the show. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the 44 people willing to go to 2 hours and 45 fucking minutes. Thanks for watching, and look for my show. I don't know what the name is going to be. If you would like to be one of the panel people as a guest or a whatever.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be every week if you don't want to. It can just be once.
Yep. Hit me up. Talk to us. Talk to me. Talk to Blue. This is just the ideas that I have off the top of my head, thinking that it would be something fun. And I will post about what shows we're going to talk about. There will be spoilers, so don't get your feelings hurt if you ain't watched that show.
Well, we're going to announce what movies it is. So if it's something you're not interested in, then you can watch. And if it's something you are interested in, then maybe don't watch. And then you can comment after and tell us what you thought about it.
Yeah, you can always say, well, unless you care for a spoiler. So, and we'll toss in some TV shows. We talked about that. This is all a brainstorm still happening. So we're seeing where this all goes. And as always, thanks for everyone watching. Be kind to people right now. And I said this last week. This is a time where we can show what humanity is about, because we're in a very difficult time. We're in a scary time. A lot of people are scared. I watched the president's discussion or his news conference today. There's a lot of good things that's starting to turn for the U.S. As well as a lot of other countries. So things are getting better. A lot of countries are starting to peak and starting to maybe drop down. So this self-isolation, or what is it? Self-distancing has been working.
Self-isolation, yeah.
So expect the numbers to get better, but I think when we release everybody, it's going to get a little worse. But hopefully the main thing is that the hospital system can handle the influx of people. That's the main things here, folks.
Yeah, you don't want to get sick and not have a ventilator.
Yeah, when I go to the hospital, I want someone to be able to take care of me. That's the main thing.
They don't want to actually, the sad thing is that Carol has her nephew. His friend is in the UK, and he's in his 40s, and he was intubated because he was bad, and his organs are shutting down, and now they're talking about whether or not they're going to take him off it because they need the ventilator for somebody else.
Oh, see, that's the
friggin' horrible.
See, that's what
so be safe.
That's what a lot of countries, and I can speak to the U.S. and Blue, me and Canada can. That's the issue that people don't want. You don't want so many people that it overwhelms the system that you're able to take care of people, because you've got more people coming in and we've got to take you off because maybe you won't be able to make it.
Yeah, you're not doing so well, and maybe we can save this guy.
Right,
so.
we can, yes. So
we'll let you die instead.
That's all about what this is about, is trying to control.
We're trying.
Influx.
What they're trying to do is, it sounds horrible, expanding it even longer, but that's what has to happen so that less people will die.
And that's the really tough thing. So again, be safe, be smart. If you can be isolated and be at home, be at home. If limit how many times you go out into the public to wherever
Yeah.
you need to go. Limit it.
And if you have to go to a grocery store, be nice to the people at the grocery store. Don't be a fucking dick.
Yeah,
You know what? They have to be there. You don't.
yes, and that's in you're right, honey. And people know I'm a meat cutter. I'm a butcher. I work in a grocery store. I give people their stuff. Sometimes it's difficult, and we have to be there. Now I could call out, and so
But you're
that could
not a dick, and you don't want to leave
right.
people stuck.
No, because there's a community dependent on me to be there, and I want to be there for me as well as my other employees that are there with me. And it goes for the fast food restaurant people that are there every day to try to give you your food through
And
the
the
drive.
hospitals and the
Hospitals, the truck drivers.
Yeah.
There's the pharmacy workers. There's these people that are there. And you think about the car shops. There's a lot of car shops that are open because we need to keep your car working so that you can get back and forth to work. So there's certain essentials. Be nice to these people. Do what you can for them. Be kind. The postal workers.
Yeah.
There's so many people that are essential and can't be at home like maybe a lot of people can be.
Yeah, I can. I'm lucky.
You're able to work from home.
Yeah.
And so be kind to some of these people. Show some kindness.
At least, you know what? Even if you can't be kind, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
I mean, even if
I got plenty of dick stories.
Go and get what you want, but don't be a dick about it if they don't have it. Because you know what? Shit's selling out, and they have no control over that.
You're right. You're right. And it's, I've got plenty of dick stories.
Instead, take to Twitter and be a dick.
Not the red tube dick stories, but the people that are actually being dicks. And it's like, really? Do you have to put so much effort to being a fucking dick?
Yeah.
But do the best you can. Be kind. Show your humanity right now. Try to help your neighbor. Try to help your loved ones. Try to help the people around you, because these difficult times is when we show who we really are.
Yeah, and if you're going out to grab something for yourself and you have to, are there people that you know that might need stuff? Send them a text. Ask them. You can drop it off right on their doorstep, and then there's less people going out there.
You're exactly right. And when you go out, if there's people that are your family or friends or neighbors that you can get while you're out, guess what? That's less trips they got to go out.
Yeah, less people out in public, less time. Like, the better this is.
Better for everyone. So thank you. That's a great suggestion. Great suggestion. So again, happy Good Friday to everyone. Not to be too religious. This was the day that Jesus died. Good Friday, and we got a lot of people that are having to change their normals because of this going on. Their normal religious things going on. So I want to thank everyone that's watched. Happy holidays to all that are going through the different times. And guess what? This is just a season, folks. This is going to go away. Things will get better. Just continue to show humanity and be kind to others. Thanks, Blue. Thanks for everyone watching. And we'll see you next Friday. And then next Wednesday.
Yep. You're going to get sick of us. So
you're going to hate us. All right. Love y'all. Take care. Kodi matters to us.